surprised they would come this to throw a.
They're interested in. And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Yep, I got you.
All right.
We're good to go. So about minute 15 worth of spots, and the weather's about to wrap up. So after these spots,
As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Only Roberts Motors Ford gives you the real deal. Real prices and more value. Every new vehicle at Roberts comes with the Roberts Rewards Value Package, including oil changes for 2 years, loaner cars, car washes, and every price from Roberts is the real deal. Always a brand new vehicle, including all factory rebates. No games or gimmicks. Right now at Roberts, save over $8,000 off sticker price on new F-150s, or get 0% for 72 months plus Ford rebates. Save $3,200 off the sticker price on new Escapes. Roberts gives you the real deal. Start shopping now at RiverBender.com.
Having computer or phone issues? Visit the RiverBender Tech Center. We can fix broken screens, charge ports, or slow computers, along with data recovery and many other services. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., located right across the street from Max Timeout on Bell Street in downtown Ulm.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBenderRadio.com or just click the notification button on the Ender Radio.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Brent Birkland with you here at Public School Stadium, joined by Travis Widman as we get ready to go with the Alton Redbirds and the Maroons from Champaign Central, Champaign, Illinois. The Maroons come in with a loss to Danville on their schedule. They were canceled over the weekend against Urbana. Meanwhile, for the Alton Redbirds, a loss in Week 1 to Edwardsville. Then they had to forfeit the game last Friday to East St. Louis as they had a lack of players, only about 40 players on the roster to start with this season, and some injuries, some ineligibilities along the way, and you throw in COVID, of course. And speaking of COVID, O'Fallon had some positive testing, so they have had to cancel this Friday's game. So Alton has not played for 10 days. They won't play for another 10 days. So right here in the middle on a Tuesday night, it is Champaign Central against Alton High. Travis, you saw the Redbirds play Edwardsville, and we hope that the Redbirds keep some momentum going and maybe pick up a home win tonight.
You know, you have to hand it to Alton in the second half of that game. Edwardsville has an incredible running game, 388 yards rushing in that game. They've done it. They did it against Belleville East as well. So considering they only scored 3 points against Alton in the second half, Alton really played well defensively. They just couldn't get in a rhythm on the offensive side, losing the game 31-7. But again, I think the second half of the game was hopefully a good step forward for Alton here. Tough to get in a rhythm when you go 10 days without playing a game, Brent. But again, hopefully they can get into a rhythm on the offensive side. They did make a few nice things happen. Saw some good things out of their young quarterbacks, both sophomores, Keith Gilcrease and Graham McAfoose. They were able to hook up with Xavier McNear on a 56-yard pass in that game. So a few good things happened. Tim Johnson, the running back, had a few nice runs. So hopefully tonight they can focus on more positive yardage. They were sacked many times in that game. They were forced for negative yards on the run. So hopefully tonight, just little by little, positive yards, and hopefully it can lead to a victory for Alton here tonight.
And if you look at Champaign Central, they lost their first game to a tough Danville team. The Vikings beat the Maroons 30-12 back in Week 1. So it's been about 10 days since Central has played a game as well. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. Time now for our Quality Automotive Network keys to victory. And what do you think the keys to victory for the Redbirds are tonight, Travis?
Well, again, build off what they started in the second half of that game against Edwardsville on the defensive side of the ball. They forced a lot of turnovers. They got after the quarterback. They sustained the running game. So hopefully they can continue that momentum defensively. And again, like I said earlier, Brent, on the offensive side, just focus on positive yards. Try a little bit better protection in the pocket for their quarterbacks. Focus more on the running game, and just take it one play at a time.
Those are the Quality Automotive Network keys to victory for Alton High. Get keys to a great new vehicle at Quality Buick GMC on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton, or at Quality Chrysler, Dodge Jeep Ram in Jerseyville, owned and operated by the Stevenson family since 1958. So one of the keys, maybe the key, is defense, and defense will win you a lot of ball games. Let's see if the Redbirds can play some D. We've had some off and on scattered showers, a little breezy tonight. The sun has popped out here at 6 o'clock to get ready for the kickoff. Champaign Central wearing their white uniforms, trimmed in the maroon helmets and the maroon numbers. The Redbirds uniforms, a lot of red and gray. And this new turf has a lot of bright red, bright green, and white out there on the new turf. And with all the rain we've had the last 2 or 3 weeks, no mud bowl, no sloppiness. It's a nice field turf to play on.
Without question, Brandon. And we saw it in the opener. This is a beautiful field. They did a fantastic job. It plays very well. It probably hurts a little bit more on a tackle here and there, but at the same time, great field to play on, and good weather conditions for tonight despite a little bit of wind.
And we're getting ready for the kickoff. Aiden Belchick, it looks like, is going to kick it off for the Redbirds, number 85, and we'll be underway. And the Redbirds will play defense to start this ball game for Coach Eric Dickerson here at 6 o'clock. You're in tuned to WBGZ Alton from the Barrett Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Redbirds in their red jerseys, gray helmets, gray pants, and the white numbers. There's a short kick, and finally the Maroons jump on it. The Redbirds were close to getting that ball inside the 30, but it looks like Central will have it at their own 28, 1st and 10.
Normally, if you're on the receiving side of the ball, you like a bounce like that, but that thing took a vicious bounce right in front of the receiver, almost got into Alton's favor there.
Now we'll see what happens with the Redbirds again on defense. We'll talk about some of those players as we go along, but we watch Cody Brown, the junior quarterback for Champaign Central, as he is up under center and ready to go, and we're ready here for our first play of the night with a little bit of sunshine peeking out here late in the day. Here's a run over the 30, right up the middle. It goes for about 4 yards. It'll be second down and 6 to go. Matthew McCullen, a sophomore running back there, number 6, who gets the carry up the middle for a good, 3 yards we'll call it. So let's make it second down and 7. The first down marker's at the 39-yard line. Pretty good crowd here has gathered on the Redbirds side with the parents and some of the tickets that the players are given to come into Public School Stadium for football and outdoor sports in general. Here's a handoff over the left side. Left tackle run there to the 36. A gain of another 3 or 4 yards. And out of the bottom of the pile, their other running back, number 7, Davis Willis, a junior. So they have a sophomore running back, a junior running back, and the quarterback is a junior too for Champaign Central High School. And we should mention they'll play their big rivals this Saturday. Champaign Central will be playing Champaign Centennial, and that's always a big, big rivalry in the city of Champaign, Urbana, up north.
The Champaign bragging rights.
Exactly. Big, big game this weekend. While the Redbirds will be off, they don't play till a week from Friday. Here's a double reverse, and it looks like it may be a fumble. The ball loose, and the Redbirds look like they had a chance to get it, but it is covered up by one of the Maroons there, maybe number 22. Ivan Gomez in to jump there, but boy, they lost a good 7 yards there. It's going to be 4th and 11 now.
Yeah, it looked like Javian Wynn was in on that. Very nice pursuit there by Alton, really on those first 3 plays, even though some positive yardage for Champaign, but great job in the pocket. Good pursuit there by the Redbirds, and a great first stop here.
One of the Redbirds right there in the middle, the nose tackle, looks like Lucas Biggs, a junior. He's only 5'8", but 280 pounds, so he will plug it up at the nose tackle here, and the Maroons are going to have to punt. I think the wind is pretty much a crosswind here, blowing in our face and across the field. Now we're going to have a timeout on the field. The timeout for Champaign Central is their head coach, Tim Turner, will call a timeout, and we will set things up again here. It's the Maroons and the Redbirds. Alton playing a rare Tuesday night game because last Friday's game was canceled against East St. Louis. This Friday's game against O'Fallon has been canceled. Now, this Friday night was supposed to be senior night for the Redbirds, but they're going to have to push senior night back to probably the same as the homecoming game, so that'll be a big one in a few weeks.
Not every year you have homecoming and senior night in the middle of April.
Or 6 games in a season.
Right.
6 games this year. Here comes a punt. The Redbirds drop number 5 back, Tim Johnson. The senior running back and return man is at his own 40-yard line. Here comes a punt on 4th and 11. And the punt from the Maroons. And at the line drive, Johnson has it at his own 40. He has a block to the 45-50. He's into Maroons territory to the 40. He breaks a tackle, and now he runs out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Great field position for the first possession for Alton High.
Yeah, Sam Elliott Barnes on that block right there. Phenomenal block. It gave Thomas a lot of room to run out there, and very good punt protection there for Alton.
And so their quarterback, sophomore Keith Gilcrease, 5'9" quarterback, steps in for Coach Eric Dickerson and the Redbirds.
And that punt was actually nearly blocked, Brent. When I meant to say good pursuit there on the punt by Alton. Nearly got in there and blocked it, but again, a great return there.
We'll talk about the offensive line as we go along, but first we're going to have a penalty. And I'm not sure if the Redbirds, well, it looks like It's going to be on the Redbirds here to start. A 5-yard penalty back to the 45 it goes. Maybe too much time there before they got the snap off. The play clock is at 40 now, and it'll start running. 25 now, make that. The game clock at 9:24, no score. We're just underway. 3 receivers tripped to the right, the far side of the field, for the right side of number 4, Gilcrease. He's in the pistol. The man behind him is the running back, Tim Johnson. They throw a wide receiver screen, though, and it's complete to Bowie Martin. Martin Bowie, that is, and Martin Bowie is out to, well, down inside the 35, near the 31, and that's a good 8-yard pass play. It's going to be second down and a short 2.
Yeah, very nice play there by Alton, and that's something that we saw a little bit in the last game. You're hoping to see more of that with Alton, just be creative, open things up for the receivers. Probably see a lot out of Bowie and McNear here tonight.
Here's a snap back. They'll give it to Johnson. He goes wide right, gets a block. Now he's going to come back to the middle of the field, and he has some room. Here's a flag, though, flying. 30, 20. Looks like it's going to come back. Maybe a hold or a clip, but down into the red zone, down to the 16-yard line goes Tim Johnson, and a lot of times if you reverse your field, you're going to see the flag.
Yeah, unfortunately there, Tim Johnson just trying to make something out of nothing, but unfortunately it looked like we did get maybe a clip or possible hold there against the offensive line for Alton.
Illegal block in the back of some sort there on the Redbirds, and sure enough, it's going to come back. And they'll mark it back. Flag's laying at the 35, so it's going to come all the way back to the 45-yard line. They were down near the 15 after that run. And back to the 45 it goes, so it's going to be second down and 15 as they basically restart now. Remember, they started after the punt at the 40. Well, they lose 10 yards on that penalty. That's another key to victory is don't move backwards with penalties or negative yardage, and there's another penalty as one of the Redbirds jumped early. Might have been the tight end here on the near side, Gage Depew, the junior, number 30. 5 yards, back to the 50-yard line we go.
Yeah, again, second and long here for Alton, and that's really one of the struggles they had in that game against Edwardsville, Brent, is Alton dug themselves in a lot of holes. Hopefully they can get creative once again with their passing game here.
False start, and we start up again about 4 minutes into the game, 8 minutes left. First quarter, handoff goes up the middle. It looks like Johnson will get the carry. He'll get most of the carries. The senior, number 5. He will gain a couple. It'll be third down and long as he is to the 48-yard line, third and about 18 to go. And I would think it's 4-down territory once you're into Maroons territory here, but we'll see how they play it on third and long first. Huddle up for the Redbirds. The center is Jackson Sheets. He's only a sophomore. 6'1", 273-pound Redbird center. And he will snap it to the pistol to Gilcrease here. He'll throw a wide receiver screen. It's complete. 45-40. Looks like a gain of maybe about 6 or so for Xavier McNear, number 6. He's down to the 41-yard line, so it's a gain of 7. 4th and 11 more to go, though, so it's still 4th and long.
Yeah, still not a bad play there. Once again, good positive yardage, and it's obviously 4th and long, and at 4th and 11's not ideal, but it's still possible to get the first down here for Alton.
Yeah, those back-to-back penalties hurt. We'll see how it goes on 4th and 11 here from the 41-yard line of Champaign Central. Redbirds ball. Each team is out of possession. Gilcrease being chased on a blitz. Now he's going to run it to the 40 and leans forward to about the 36, 37-yard line. And he was carrying it away from his body. Looked like he may fumble that ball if he was going to get hit or pop there, but he holds on down to the 37-yard line, and they give it up on downs. It's Central ball.
Hopefully Alton can build on that first drive despite the penalties Brent, they moved the ball fairly well. A couple of nice passing plays there. Johnson had a nice run, but again, the block in the back that set him back 15 yards and then a false start put the kibosh on that drive for Alton.
Now they go back to defense. The Redbirds with Martin Bowie here on the edge. The other edge, Julian Caffey, number 1 and number 2 on defense in the secondary. Here's a handoff up the middle it goes. Leaning forward, number 7 gets another carry. That's Davis Willis. Willis, a junior running back, and Champaign Central may have an injured player down on the field, and we're going to have an injury timeout, it looks like. Maybe one of the linemen there, or actually receiver blocking on the edge, number 22, Miles Wood, slow to get up. And coming to the sideline now as we're down to 6:17 to go. Redbirds on defense here, and it's 2nd down and 8, the gain of a couple there for Willis, the running back.
Yeah, Alton very good on the pursuit of the running game so far in this game. It's still very early, but 4 carries and only 3 yards to show for it so far for Champaign.
Here's a good carry up over the right tackle, and it's going to be a 1st down and more up near the 50-yard stripe. 49-yard line is where Davis Willis rumbles to this time as he gains a good 10 yards, and it's 1st and 10 near midfield now. A 1st down for the Maroons at the 6-minute mark.
Spoke a little too soon on that, Brent, but he got a very nice block up the middle, found a hole, hit it very quickly. Nice run there by Willis.
With Travis Widman, Brent Berklin here with you, our engineer Lauren Luckett. As we roll through the first quarter here tonight in a scoreless game so far, just underway at 6 o'clock. Here's the quarterback on a keeper. Now he'll pitch it and throw it to the right side, and it's going to be ruled a completion to the running back, number 7, Davis Willis. Looked like he may have had one of his feet out of bounds there. Maybe his left foot was already out of bounds when he caught the ball. That's what the Redbird coaches were pointing to, but they're going to call a completion and a gain of 6 as the quarterback, Cody Brown, was rolling right and threw it to his running back, Willis. Now 2nd down and 4. So back to the run game probably here on 2nd down and 4. Champaign Central handing it over the left side. It's Willis again, number 7. And now a late hit's going to be called as the Redbirds, maybe after the whistle, driving Davis Willis, the running back, into the turf. And it is a personal foul on the Redbirds, and you can't have that. That was a gain of just 1 yard. It was going to be 3rd and about 2. But, boy, you tack on 15, and they're in trouble now as they're going to go all the way down near the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Martin Bowie getting called on that one there. And, yeah, tough break for Alton. Good job stuffing the running back there. Excellent pursuit. Penetrating the pocket, but unfortunately nothing to show for it here.
Well, they had some costly penalties on offense, and this is a big penalty on defense. Down to the 29-yard line after a 15-yard penalty. And number 12, Cody Brown, will come over to the sideline and get a new play from the coaches from the Maroons there, Champaign Central. As we're back to cloud cover and the light starting to take effect a little bit here in the 6 o'clock hour. And here is a fake handoff, and they're going to throw the ball over the middle. Wide open there, 22, and he's into the end zone. Yes, touchdown, 29 yards. They fake the run and go pass right over the middle, wide open, and 6 for Champaign Central.
Yeah, beautiful play right there. And actually the pass was a little bit underthrown, but a great job by the receiver to go back on that ball and go in for the touchdown. He was wide open. Not sure how he got that open, but nice little play fake there and an excellent pass.
So with 4:52 to go, first quarter, 29-yard touchdown pass. And Cody Brown with a good throw, and now they'll go for 2 to try to make it 8-0. The Maroons take a lead on the Redbirds here tonight. They will hand the ball off over the right side, and nothing doing there but a face mask on the tackle. Matthew McMullen, number 6, was trying to go to the left edge there, and one of the Redbirds took him by the face mask and the helmet and threw him down. And the tackle is a bad one for the Redbirds because it's going to be another penalty on this 2-point conversion, and the Maroons are going to get another chance at the 2-pointer.
Yeah, again, tough break there for Alton. Looked like they had him back behind the line of scrimmage, but now half the distance to the goal. It should be an easier punch in here for Champaign. Alton's going to have to hold the line on this front seven here.
Well, they're down to just outside the 1-yard line now. 1.5 yards to go. As the quarterback, Cody Brown, sets up his offense, he tries to lean forward, and he's going to get inside the 1, but that's it. Stopped short of the goal line on the 2-point conversion, and that will mean that our score will remain 6-0. Champaign Central, first quarter, 4:52 to go. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sport.
Hi, you've reached Toyota. This is Jan.
A new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend. Plus, 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBender.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Bird's problem here.
Yeah, that's been the story so far, unfortunately. A very costly 15-yard penalty on their first drive of the game. Another very costly 15-yard penalty on the defensive side of the ball. Luckily, the penalty there on the 2-point conversion did not come back to haunt them. The front seven did a good job stopping that 2-point conversion attempt. But again, you got to keep that heavy yellow hanky in the pockets of the referees.
Now we're going to have an onside kick to the 50-yard line, but the Redbirds are going to cover it up quickly, and Julian Caffey, number 2, looks like grabbing it at his own 49-yard line. So a little bit of a squib kick there, and an onside really kick attempt, but Redbirds going to have good field position again at midfield for their second possession. Their first possession started at the 40 of the Maroons. This one's going to start at about the 50-yard line. So here we go, the pistol again. Let's see if we get a heavy dose of number 5, the senior Tim Johnson. Here he comes, Johnson up the middle, trying to break a tackle at the 46, but he's going to be driven out of bounds, and I believe they will give him forward progress to about the 46 or 47-yard line. Let's see.
Yeah, it looked like he got about 4 yards on that on the forward progress.
Well, they're only going to give him the 49-yard line of the Maroons. And it looked like he was at least to the 46 or 7-yard line, and Coach Eric Dickerson can't believe it.
No, I don't think I can either, Brett.
Wow.
He definitely got to the 46. Tough break there for Alton.
Well, this time they fake the handoff, and the quarterback's going to keep it. Gilcrease, first down and more, breaks a tackle, 30. Down near the 20-yard line goes the sophomore, number 4. Gilcrease kept the feet, kept the legs churning. He's down to the 21-yard line.
Boy, what a play there by Gilcrease, and we saw that against Edwardsville. He's very strong on his running game, made a nice play there, found an opening, and then broke a tackle all the way down to the 20. Great run.
Couple of Maroons had him. The last one had him by the shirt tail, and he got away from that. The jersey And down to the 21-yard line he goes. 28 yards on that run. From the 49 to the 21-yard line, 1st and 10, near the red zone now. Gilcrease going to throw it, looking over the middle. Now he throws it, but right to the Maroons. An easy pick near the 5-yard line, and the Maroons are going to have the ball as that ball was underthrown to number 4, Phillips, the sophomore.
Yeah, he actually had an opening over there, had a receiver open near the sidelines for a short game. I think he got a little bit over-aggressive on that throw there. Unfortunately, it was way underthrown. Tough break there for Alton after a great run by Gilcrease.
And so it's going to go over to the Maroons here, and they'll get the football on a costly mistake there, an interception, and that comes one play after the sophomore quarterback had a big run. And then he makes a mistake, but sometimes the young players will do that. You got to take the good with the bad sometimes.
Yeah. He once again, just an ill-advised pass on that one, unfortunately, but hopefully they can get another good defensive stop here.
Well, there's our first turnover of the game, and now here over the right side, a gain of maybe 1 yard, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage, goes number 6, Matthew McMullen, the running back. And running back for the Central Maroons, well, they'll call it almost a yard, so let's call it 2nd and 9. 3:40 to go here in the first quarter. As the Redbirds are back on defense, and they could use a turnover here. Keegan Bratton is up on the line, one of the defensive end for the Redbirds, almost playing a 5-man front at times. Number 59 is up there too, Izell Brown, the 6'1 junior. We mentioned the nose tackle, Lucas Biggs, number 66. And now the Maroons will run the football again. Over the 20-yard line it goes, near the 21-yard line, maybe a gain of about 6. They'll call it the 21-yard line on that gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 2 or 3 more to go.
Yeah, nice run there. Really not much to work with, but he was able to power his way through.
And so the Redbirds looking for a stop here on 3rd down. Damian Jones, number 9, one of the senior linebackers here on the near edge for the Redbirds too. Their linebackers, number 2, Julian Caffey, number 3, Antonio Clanton. As they go with that 5-man front once again, it's almost a 5-2 defense. With 4 in the secondary. Here's a flag flying. Maybe some motion on the offense, but no gain on the run, so you may want to decline this. It's 4th down, but let's check the flag. No gain on the run. It was a dive up the middle, back to the 21-yard line. The Maroons have it at their own 21, but we'll get the signal here for the foul. Maybe they lined up offside. It is on the offense, I believe, as they talk it over with head coach Eric Dickerson for Alton High. And they will decline it. It is motion on the offense.
False start on the offense. Yep, penalty is declined, so we'll have a 4th and 3 here. Wouldn't think that Champaign, they wouldn't go for it here, would they?
No, last time on 4th down, they waited, called a timeout, and then punted. Let's see if they waited out here and punted again, because we're down to 2 minutes to go, first quarter. The play clock is at 15. I think they're going to probably let the clock roll and use another timeout and punt it again.
Well, nice defensive stance here by Alton. Great job by that front 5, as you put it, on the 5-2 defense, stopping the run. Willis, 2 runs in a row, putting up a goose egg right there. So good penetration there by Alton and a big stop after that costly interception.
So it is a timeout for Champaign Central. They burn another one here. So they have 1 timeout left in the first half. And we're at 1:57 to go here in this first quarter of the game. It's early, but it's 6-0 Champaign Central. They scored with 4:52 to go. They went through the air on a 29-yard touchdown pass. And that's our score right now, 6-0. As we play on in this first quarter, the Redbirds about to get the ball back once again. And we'll see what the sophomore quarterback can do. Now, the last couple of minutes, number 10, the other sophomore quarterback, Graham McAfoose, has been warming up, throwing the ball behind the bench, and we'll see if they rotate those quarterbacks once again tonight.
Yeah, they did that in the first game, and actually it paid off for them in the second quarter of that game. They were able to get a touchdown. Graham McAfoose, I think, is a little bit better natural passer from what we saw. Gilcrease runs the ball very well, but he also has a good arm. But I think the two, they're two sophomore quarterbacks. They're still young, but they have a lot of potential. That's something I believe Eric Dickerson can build on here the next couple of years.
And right now they set up in a shotgun like they're going to go for it on 4th and 3. Let's see what happens. Now up under center. They are going to go for it. They run it over the left side, and up over the 25-yard line goes the pile, but they're going to mark it back near the 23 or 4-yard line where they say his knee was down as they tried to give the ball to number 7 Willis again. I believe that was Davis Willis. And they go for it on 4th and 3 from their own 21-yard line. They gain 2. They needed 3, and it's Alton ball.
Wow. Gutsy
Strange play there.
Yeah, gutsy play there for Champaign. I guess they figured they got the interception in the red zone on the last possession for Alton, but I'm not exactly sure why Coach Turner would do that at this point, but now they have to make a big defensive stop, and now it looks like offsides there on the defense.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the offense moved first. I don't think the offense was even set yet. And usually you won't even see an offsides on the defense because it was so early. Nobody was even really set yet, but they went ahead and threw the flag. Usually they just let that play go, no penalty, until everybody is at least set. Now it is going to be on the Alton Redbirds. That's a strange call, too. 5 yards against Alton again.
Yeah, looked like they weren't even lined up yet, as you said, Brent. Surprising call there, but again, Alton working with a long situation here.
Heath Gilcrease still at quarterback, sophomore number 4. As he looks over the defense for Champaign Central, the Maroons and the Redbirds tonight at Public School Stadium. Here's a fake handoff. Gilcrease going to run it. Now he's in trouble. He goes back even further. Now there's a flag flying there, and the Redbirds may have been bailed out if there's some kind of face mask there, as they tried to get him down back to the 30, even close to the 40-yard line. Then he got back to about the 35, and then a flag flies at the 34-yard line.
Well, Alton's due for a break here. Hopefully that's what they're going to get. We'll see what the call is, but again, we saw this against Edwardsville. Gilcrease, a very good runner, but I think just tries to do a little bit too much when he's under pressure like that. Sometimes best to just throw it away, but they do get a break. It is a face mask, so big play there for Alton. Definitely got bailed out of a jam.
It seems like when they do call the quarterback keeper that he really doesn't have time or room to run. Again, a little trouble on that offensive line, trying to hold the defense back and give their quarterback time. Shane Scott is the right tackle, Jonte Leary the left tackle, Jackson Sheet the center, Rashaan Johnson at right guard, Brandon Hayes at left guard for the red and gray of Alton High. That penalty is going to make it a first down over again, a 1st and 6 from in the red zone, down to the 19-yard line of the Maroons here. And we're ready to go. The play clock at 20. The game clock at 1.5 minutes to go for this first quarter. Snap back. Gilcrease throws it, and nobody there. 2 receivers on the near side, but some miscommunication there as he was looking for something over the middle at the left hash mark, but it was behind both of the receivers that were over here to the near side.
Yeah, it looked like that was intended for Xavier McNear. Had the right idea, but I think McNear, Gilcrease was expecting him to cut, didn't make the cut, and as you said, a little bit of miscommunication there.
And so we go 2nd down and 6. They went with the pass on 1st and 6. Now I think they may go back to number 5. Let's see. Nope, he's going to keep it. It is going to be a quarterback run. Gilcrease again, no time, no room, and he's going to lose a yard or 2 as that offensive line having trouble keeping the Maroons out of the backfield.
Willis
So it's going to be third down.
Yeah, the running back Willis with a very good tackle right there. Gilcrease made a nice move at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he might have been able to gain a yard or two, but again, excellent job on the pursuit by Willis on that one.
So they'll have to huddle up at third and about 8 to go. Started out 1st and 6 after that penalty, then 2nd and 6, now 3rd and 8. And again, the Redbirds are going backward. Here's Gilcrease back. He's being harassed again, and he's going to be dropped again. Now he's going to try to throw it, and ill-advised as it was almost picked off at the 20-yard line. As he was being sacked, he was going down and just threw it up for grabs, and it's going to be ruled an incomplete pass, 4th down.
Yeah, big break there for Gilcrease. He did try to throw it away, just threw it away in the wrong spot on that one. Looked like he was going to be wrapped up for negative yards. He did a nice job breaking that first tackle to get that pass off, but almost right in the hands of Champaign on that play.
And so from the 21-yard line, they go 4th down and 8, and they'll go for it near the red zone. Again, this is a little disappointing when you have 1st and 6, and you go 3 plays and lose 2 yards, a net minus 2 yards. On 1st, 2nd, and 3rd downs, now he's going to be in trouble again. He's going to be sacked again. Back to the 25, 26-yard line. He's sacked again with no time really to look, to throw, to see what's happening down near the 10, down in the red zone as he is sacked. It is Champaign Central ball at their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, that was an all-out blitz there. They brought just about everybody on that, Brent, the front 5. Brought in both linebackers. Excellent penetration. The offensive line for Alton really couldn't do anything on that play. Nice play call there by Coach Turner.
And so Champaign Central will likely run one play, and then we'll be ready for the second quarter. We're down to 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Redbirds, in about 10 days, will play at Belleville East. Then they'll have a home game against Belleville West. That will be April 16th, the middle of April. Here's a pass incomplete in the backfield, and now a late flag flies. We'll see if it's roughing the passer after he threw the ball, because it's way back inside the 20. It is a personal foul, and it is going to be on the Redbirds again. Boy, penalty after penalty on the red and gray here.
Yeah, it's so far already 50 yards in penalties for Alton, and not even out of the first quarter, so definitely got to tighten up on that going into the second quarter and the rest of the game.
And now we have an injury timeout as one of the Maroons down on the field. And this time, Sam Elliott Barnes, number 8, looks like a freshman who was hounding the quarterback, is going to be charged with that penalty, I believe. So that's going to move it all the way out to the 41-yard line, and we still have 18 seconds to go here in the opening quarter, long first quarter here. 6-0, Maroons have the lead.
Yeah, so far, unfortunately, penalties have been the story here for Alton. They've stopped the momentum on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. But hey, it's still early. It's only a 6-0 game. Alton has had their opportunities. I'd like, Tim Johnson really hasn't gotten many touches in this game. He's only got 2 carries so far.
And we'll have to see what that looks like once we get into the second quarter and the Redbirds get the ball back. But right now, it's the Maroons' ball at their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10 after that personal foul, roughing the passer. And this first quarter still has another play to go as the quarterback, Cody Brown, steps under center again, number 12. He'll hand the ball over the right side. Willis dives forward for maybe 2. 2nd down, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at Public School Stadium. We'll take a break after one quarter here tonight at the stadium. Up on State Street in Alton, it's the Redbirds losing right now, being shut out by Champaign Central. The Maroons 6, the Redbirds nothing after one quarter. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally. Bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Only Roberts Motors Ford gives you the real deal. Real prices and more value. Every new vehicle at Roberts comes with the Roberts Rewards Value Package, including oil changes for 2 years, loaner cars, car washes, and every price from Roberts is the real deal. Always a brand new vehicle, including all factory rebates. No games or gimmicks. Right now at Roberts, save over $8,000 off sticker price on new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months plus Ford rebates. Save $3,200 off the sticker price on new Escapes. Roberts gives you the real deal. Start shopping now at RiverBenders.com.
Having computer or phone issues? Visit the RiverBender Tech Center. We can fix broken screens, charge ports, or slow computers, along with data recovery and many other services. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., located right across the street from Max Timeout on Bell Street in downtown Alton.
Game tonight. Here's a delay, a draw up the middle it goes, and over the 50-yard line, down near the 46-yard line goes number 22, and that is the senior, Ivan Gomez, the running back, and he rumbles to the Alton 46-yard line.
Yeah, very nice little play design there on that 2nd and 8. Cody Brown looked like they were going to go back for the handoff to Willis, but instead a nice little fake draw to Gomez, who had a lot of good bursts of speed, found a hole, got some nice yardage on that play.
We mentioned the Redbirds this year, about 40 players on their roster, which is a small roster for the Redbirds football team. If you look down through the past few years, 40, not many players. But over on the far side, about 40 players, too, have made the bus trip for Champaign Central. So they have about 40 over there as well, dressed for tonight's game. Here's Brown going to go deep, and he goes to the sideline and almost picked off as Jabian Wynn, the senior, jumped into that play on the double coverage. Number 7, Wynn, in and out of his hands, incomplete.
Yeah, that was close. Nice read there by Wynn. Had it right in his hands, made a nice play, and at least broke up the pass, but near interception, he would have had a lot of open field too, and I think that's what was on his mind as he was going for that ball, and may have ran a little too soon before he actually caught the ball.
2nd down and 10. 11-12 to go, first half. We're into the second quarter now as the Redbirds are on defense. Man in motion. They give it to the up man. That's Willis again. He rumbles down to the 40-yard line. Good hard run again by number 7. And at the 40-yard line, he's going to be about 3 or 4 yards short. We'll call it 3rd and 4. 10:50 to go, the clock running, and the Redbirds again could use a turnover. Rashaan Johnson, big defensive lineman, into the game now, a junior, 6 foot, 235 pounds for Johnson. He's on the defensive line. Now we're going to have a timeout. Officials timeout, I believe. Redbirds still have all 3 of their timeouts up on the board. 3rd down and 4, as I think they're checking the uniform of a couple of Redbirds here. Make sure the mouthpiece is in, and the helmet and the jersey and everything's okay and ready to go with 10.5 minutes to go, second quarter. 3rd down, 4 to go from the Alton 40-yard line. Brown up under center again. Fakes the handoff to the up man. He's going to come to the near side at the sweep, coming to the near side, and a long run down near the 20. And again, good play design for Champaign Central. Caden Davis, a junior wide receiver, is all the way down to the 21.
Yeah, nice run there by Davis. And again, it's those kind of trickery run plays that have been successful here for Champaign. Otherwise, Alton has done very well in the running game. Willis only 24 yards on 8 carries, but Davis, another big run, his 2nd of the night.
That misdirection getting the Redbirds here as they're kind of biting to the left and to the right, and then they're coming back the other way, and that's what the Maroons did this time. Now they'll keep it between the tackles, between the hash marks to Willis, and he's going to pick up a yard or 2, and just into the red zone, just inside the 20-yard line, second down. Johnson in on that tackle along with number 30, Gage Depew. As the Redbirds get ready again and again, appearing like they put 5 linemen up on that offensive line of Champaign Central here and play pretty much a 5-2 defense again. 4 men back in the secondary. Here's Brown going to throw it. Over the middle he goes. Jump ball in the end zone and incomplete. Tim Johnson there. Number 5 for the Redbirds, the defensive back with good coverage, and he had a chance for an interception, but neither player coming down with it in the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like Champaign had the matchup they wanted, a one-on-one. Gomez, a very good, speedy receiver, so the quarterback was not shy about making that throw on a one-on-one like that.
So now it goes to third down on the incompletion here. Third down and 8. 9:32 to go here in the first half. We're in the second quarter. Redbird fans here on the near side. Few cheerleaders on the track. We're ready to go. Redbirds with a home game tonight. Brown back. He's going to throw it again. Over the middle again. High throw and incomplete. Good coverage by Julian Caffey, but it was still almost caught by their big man. Looked like a tight end there. Big number 89, Jake Schultz. He's listed as a freshman for the Maroons. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's a dangerous combination, high and over the middle like that, but Champaign getting a break and no interception, but you're right, the tight end nearly made a nice play on that.
So now fourth down, and we've seen the Maroons go for it on both sides of the field. They're obviously going to go for it here at the Alton 19-yard line in the red zone. Fourth down and 8. Brown looking to throw. Throws it high, incomplete to Willis. He had a little bit of room there. Gage Depew was out there, the linebacker. Willis almost came down with a nice catch near the sideline, but instead it's going to go over to the Redbirds.
Well, I think Champagne's not hesitant to make that play right there on the fourth down and make that call because they've really played well defensively against Alton. Let's see if they can get something going here on the offensive side of the ball, but big defensive stop there for a Redbirds. Hopefully they can build on that here.
So the Redbirds back to the offense. Here in the 6 o'clock hour, second quarter action from Public School Stadium. And the new quarterback is in there now. Here's a fumble, and the ball loose, and it's going to be scooped up by the Maroons at the 30-yard line. The running back was hit. I'm not sure if it was Johnson, and he's slow to get up. I don't know if he's injured or just upset that he lost the ball. Johnson on the run to the near side, had good yardage, but the ball popped loose, and it took just one play for the sophomore quarterback, Graham McAfoose, who was just into the game, to hand the ball off, but Johnson fumbles it away.
Yeah, tough break there for Alton, their second turnover of the game. Just as you said, it looked like Johnson had a nice opening there, had some room up the sidelines, but a nice hit from behind. Looked like it may have hit his elbow and knocked that ball loose. So Champaign with great field position here.
30-yard line, they give it to Willis. He spins out of a tackle and inside the 30, down near the 27 or so. A gain of 3 for number 7 there, Willis. He's been the workhorse here in the first half to the 27-yard line. So the Redbirds have thrown an interception. Now they've lost a fumble. And their defense needs to step up again. 6-0 the score. Champaign Central leading with a first quarter touchdown. Now we're ready on second down. 7 to go. First down markers at the 20-yard line. Brown under center. He'll come back, and they'll give the double handoff up the middle. Gomez, 22, and he's inside the 20, down near the 19. First and 10, Maroons again.
Yeah, again, nice run by Gomez with a lot. He's just got a lot of speed. And that double handoff and kind of those trickery running plays have really been a problem here for Alton so far in this game.
So 1st and 10, 19-yard line. This was where they gave the ball up on downs just a moment ago, really, right around the 20-yard line. But now they're there again, headed to the end zone down to our left. Here's Willis. Big dive up the middle for a couple of yards. He's down to the 16-yard line, 2nd down and 7. As the Redbirds bring Tim Johnson in on defense. And also number 58, Shane Scott. Sophomore lineman, 6 foot, 203 for Scott. Shane Scott will play left defensive end here. Here we go on 2nd down. Champaign Central in the red zone. Cody Brown under center again. Back, hands it off. Willis breaks the tackle. He's inside the 15. Now he's brought down to the ground. They'll mark it around the 13-yard line, it looks like. 3rd down from there, 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, that ball actually popped out, but it was right after the whistle. I think Alton thought they may have had a turnover there, but once again, Willis stopped, and Alton's done a nice job against this running back. I know he's had a couple of nice plays, a 10-yard run earlier in the game, but that's already 12 carries and 34 yards only for this running back.
They keep on giving it to 6 and 7, mostly 7, Willis. And under the lights tonight, here in the 2nd quarter, Champaign Central driving again after an Alton turnover. Back to throw is Brown. Has a lot of time, has a man wide open in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! It goes to the right corner, and number 5, Caden Davis, the wide receiver, the junior, was left alone out there. They had about 3 or 4 options in the end zone, and most of them were covered, but number 5 not covered. It's 12-0 Maroon.
Yeah, that was just a great pass over there to the sidelines, and excellent protection on that by the offensive line of Champaign. Cody Brown had a lot of time to make that throw, and a beautiful pass. Kept it in bounds, nice catch, and a quick touchdown here for Champaign.
13-yard touchdown pass. Brown has thrown 2 touchdown passes now. This one goes to number 5, Davis. Now they'll go for 2 and try to make it a 14-0 ball game. As they score a touchdown in the 1st quarter, another here in the 2nd quarter. Midway through the 2nd quarter, now flags fly and too much time for Champaign Central. Delay of game, and they'll be pushed back 5 yards.
Hopefully the Redbirds can take advantage of a break here. But again, a nice, great offensive play there. An excellent throw by the quarterback, Cody Brown of this Champaign team. And Davis, an excellent catch. He's actually been a very good multi-purpose player in this game. He's also been strong on the running game. His 2nd play for more than 10 yards.
And now they will drop back, try to throw it into the end zone again. Another man wide open there. This one is picked off near the sideline, so the Redbirds will avoid the 2-point conversion again, as that pass was to the far sideline and picked off over there for the Redbirds, and that will end that play as Antonio Clanton Jr., number 3, a senior, looks like he has the pick on the 2-point conversion, and the Redbirds will keep it at 12-0. Champaign Central leading 12-0. Halfway through the 2nd quarter, let's take a break. Redbirds returning a kickoff when we come back. They trail by 2 scores now, 12-0 here in the 2nd quarter. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Is your vehicle in need of
RiverBender.com's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, Bank Local, Bank Liberty. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBenderRadio.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
The magic number, 2 touchdown passes for Cody Brown, 2 turnovers for Alton, an interception and a fumble. Now a short kick again, and the Redbirds going to pick it up, and they didn't need to touch it. It didn't go 10 yards, but once they did touch it, it's a live ball, and let's see. Champaign Central says they have it near midfield, but they say it's Redbird ball at the Central 49-yard line. That was close.
Yeah, second time in this game already. Champaign playing very aggressive with that onside kick. Alton receives it again. So at that point, you say thanks for the good field position.
And hopefully they can capitalize one of these times here. Trailing now 12-0. After the game, we announce our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game for the Alton Redbirds. And again, number 10, Graham McAfoose into the game, a sophomore quarterback. So the plan apparently was Gilcrease in the first quarter, McAfoose in the second quarter. Let's see what happens here. We're down to 6:23 to go, second period. McAfoose in the pistol in front of Johnson. They're going to throw the ball. It goes to the sideline. Down near the 40 goes Damian Jones, senior, number 9, and he is going to be ruled out of bounds, I believe, about the 42-yard line. So a gain of 7 on that pass.
Yeah, nice job there by McAfoose. Knew immediately what he wanted to do. Made a nice pass to Jones. Jones with good speed. Nice positive yardage there for Alton.
McAfoose behind the center once again, and the center Jackson Sheet once again. And they'll throw it to the sideline again, and this time it's going to go to McNear, another senior, another wide receiver, and it's going to be a first down. McAfoose gets it down inside the 40 on that throw to the 36.
Again, just keep it positive yardage, and that's something that Alton struggled with in that first quarter, much like they did in Edwardsville, faced with a lot of long situations, but 2 very nice plays there, nice passes. And McNear can do a lot with the ball when it's in his hands, so we'll see if Alton keeps using those hot hands.
Redbirds with a 1st and 10. They're going to go to the air again. Receiver open as he got behind the defense, but McNear has the pass sail over his head and maybe out of bounds there on that angle to the far sideline, incomplete.
Ooh, McNear, great speed there, had a lot of separation. He was out in the open, just a little bit overthrown there by McAfoose, but again, I like what Alton's doing. Maybe they found a weak spot in the secondary of Champaign here. Both McNear and Jones had a lot of room over there, so why not? If it works, keep doing it.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Looks like they're going to throw it again. McAfoose bobbles the snap, so he's going to have to run with it. He breaks a tackle or 2, and he's down near the 30-yard line. Let's see where they finally mark him out over there on the far sideline. Maybe inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Wow, nice run there. What a great job, too, by the offensive line or whoever that was. McAfoose had lost his balance back at about the 27-yard line. Back at the 33-yard line, and looked like he may have got carried all the way up to the 28. So, nice play there for Alton.
Going to go for about 7 or 8 yards. 2nd down and 2. And now they'll put it in the hands of Johnson. 1st down on the sideline, the far sideline, and he's into the red zone down near the 20-yard line, maybe right on the 20. 1st down, Redbird.
Very nice drive so far here for Alton. Try to keep this momentum going, but they've done some nice things on the ball. McAfoose has really given this offense a jump start with 2 nice passing plays and then that running play right there.
Clock now at 5:53 to go till halftime. As we're coming up on a 1-hour ball game, here's Johnson over the left side. He gets the handoff, and he's going to gain a couple. Nice yardage on 1st down. It'll be a 4-yard gain to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it's been a struggle a little bit here for Johnson in this game. That's only his 5th carry. But again, you just want positive yardage. If Alton just can continue getting positive yardage, good things are going to happen. And it's still early in this game, but this is a big drive here for Alton.
And no penalties, no turnovers now. We're into the red zone here. Alton ball. Back goes McAfoose looking over the middle. Picked off at the 10-yard line. I just said no turnovers, and there it is in a crowd. It is picked off by number 4, and that is Phillip, the sophomore, number 4, who has an interception, and the Redbirds have turned it over again.
Oh, that hurts. Again, that's a pass that you don't have to make right there. McAfoose was under pressure. He did get one good block. Had himself an opening. He probably could have taken it and ran with it. He had a hole up the middle. Instead, made a pass where some very good coverage there by Champaign on that interception. Tough break for Alton.
So both sophomore quarterbacks have thrown interceptions tonight. McAfoose here in the second quarter. Gilcrease back in the first quarter threw an interception. And the bad thing is both interceptions coming in the red zone. When you're on your way to hopefully put some points on the board, this pick comes at about the 10-yard line. And the Redbirds have lost possession once again. And now it is Champaign Central ball once again with 5:09 to go first half. As Brown is back to throw it again. It's incomplete and a big hit there. Incomplete. Good coverage by number 9, Damian Jones.
Yeah, nice job by Jones. He's done a very good job defensively in this game. He read that one perfectly. And nearly, even despite the hit, nearly came up with an interception on that as well.
So we're now at 5:03 to go, second quarter. Champaign Central has the ball. And Cody Brown, their quarterback, has thrown 2 interceptions here, or 2 touchdowns here in the first half. For a 12-0 lead, the Maroons up 12-0. Here's a run over the right side. Not much there for number 5, Caden Davis. And maybe a yard, but it's going to be 3rd and long from their own 10 or 11-yard line. Maybe no gain. Let's go 3rd and 10.
Yeah, excellent coverage there by Alton. Good penetration. No running room for Champaign. And really, for the most part, Brent, Alton has done a very good job against the running game. Champaign's had a couple of big runs in this game, but other than that, they've done a nice job with that front 5.
I didn't see it, but there's a flag over here on the near side, maybe right on the snap, and it's going to be a false start. Motion on the offense, and that is declined. Let's keep it at 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, with 4:55 to go. The Redbirds decline that penalty.
Well, if you get a big defensive stop, you got some momentum on the offensive side of the ball despite the turnover, so hopefully Alton can get a big stop here. Their defense has really bailed them out so far in this game despite the touchdown passes.
Brown going over the middle, short of the first down. He completes the pass. That's the big tight end again, number 89, Jake Schultz. He made the grab near the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him about 1.5 yards short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and less than 2 to go from their own 19-yard line, and this is a spot where they have gone for it on 4th down some times or 2, and now a flag again, it looks like, here on the near side.
Yeah, Champaign has turned the ball over on downs multiple times in this game.
Now this penalty is on Champaign Central, and they're back to their own 6-yard line. So, 3rd down over again. Now we'll go 3rd and 15 from their own 6.
Big break for Alton.
And about a 5-yard penalty, so I'm not sure if it was offside or false start once again. But once again, it's going to be 3rd and long. We're down to 4:25 till halftime. And now we're going to have a timeout for Central. They're going to talk over this 3rd and 15 from their own 6-yard line. Champaign Central leading Alton High 12-0. 4:20 to go, second quarter. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Barrett Heating and Cooling wants the air in your home to with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Once again, has bailed them out a lot in this game, despite the 12-0 score.
And they're going to go to the pass once again. They throw it high. Good one-handed catch over there out to the 12-yard line. Still going to be well short of a first down, but a nice one-handed grab out there for maybe number 5 coming down with that ball. That's Davis, who has a touchdown in this game. So it's going to be 4th and 8 from their own 13-yard line now. Cody Brown, couple of TD passes. Earlier here in this second quarter, he threw one to Davis. A 13-yard touchdown pass. Made it 12-0, and that's where we are now. And here comes a punt. 3:40 to go, second quarter. A punt for Champaign Central. High, short kick. Going to bounce at the 40, roll to the 45, 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Redbirds from the Maroons' 45-yard line here with a couple of minutes to go till halftime.
Yeah, plenty of time here. 3:28 to go to be exact. Good field position here for Alton, so no need to rush it. And again, just the mistakes in this game for the Redbirds have really hurt them. On the penalties so far in this game, and then 2 interceptions and a fumble. So Alton just needs to protect the ball as best they can, get positive yards. You got time to work with. This could be a big drive in this game for Alton.
Got to have some points before halftime to make this a game. Here's a throw to Depew over on the edge, number 30, and McAfoose completes it down to the 40-yard line. A gain of about 5 there on the pass to number 30, Gage Depew, a junior. So from the 40-yard line, 2nd down and 5, Redbirds.
Yeah, those short out passes have actually worked pretty well for Alton in this game so far. They've ran 3 of those plays and have been able to get 19 yards off of it.
Either quarterback very big for Alton. McAfoose listed at 5'11", Gilcrease at 5'9". Here's a throw incomplete to McNear over on the edge again. This one a little too high and out of bounds. Going to be 3rd and 5 on that incompletion to the senior, McNear.
Interesting in this game, Brent. Last game against Edwardsville, Alton looked like maybe they had a mismatch, so they came to the right. Most of their passing plays were to the right in this first game. Now this game's totally opposite. Maybe another matchup on the left side that they like because all their passes have been on the left side of the field.
Yep. McAfoose going that way. Now they'll hand the ball off. Johnson hit in the backfield. Still running forward. Still moving forward to the 35, the 34. He has a first down with some good running there to the right for Tim Johnson.
Boy, what a great run by Johnson. Looked like he was wrapped up all the way back. Potential loss of yards on that one, but made 2 great plays in a big mismatch of players right there. Spun away from and broke a tackle and is able to get the first down. Excellent run by Johnson, his best one of this game.
So 34-yard line now is where they mark the football on the turf with 2:22 to go. Second quarter. It's McAfoose in the pistol once again. He'll throw it to the edge and throw it to the outside. Man there at the 20. Down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Redbirds. Julian Caffey, The junior made the grab, and he scores. It's a 34-yard touchdown pass.
Boy, Caffey with excellent speed on that, and actually a good read there by Champaign. They nearly knocked that away, but the pass got to Caffey, and he did the rest of the work. Nice big touchdown here for the Redbirds.
34-yard touchdown pass, and the Redbirds needed some points before halftime, and they got it. 2:11 to go, and now they'll go for the extra point with Aiden Belchick, sophomore kicker, number 85. The hold will be Graham McAfoose. The kick is up into the air, and it is good. Let's see, it looks like a flag here on the near side once again, though. 12-7, depending on this extra point. See if they have to re-kick it. It's going to be offsides on the defense, and that means that the kick will stand, and it will be a 12-7 ball game. Unless they go for two now.
Yeah, looks like they're going for two on this one, actually, Brent.
Okay. Take the extra point off the scoreboard. Let's go from the 1.5-yard line with 2:11 to go. So that pass going to the junior, number 2, Julian Caffey. Now the extra point coming. It's actually a 2-point attempt. Handoff up the middle. Depew, the first man through. It's good. 2-point conversion for number 30, Gage Depew. The junior puts it in for 2 points, and that makes it 12-8 in favor of Champaign Central.
Well, nice call there by Eric Dickerson after that penalty. Why not? You're down to the 1-yard line. Good play call there by Coach. And big points here for Alton. Maybe this opened things up a little bit for him. That was an excellent drive finished off by Caffey there. And McAfoose looking very good in the pocket. You take away, he did have that interception in the second quarter. But on that last drive, again, a lot of confidence back there, made some nice throws, and a big touchdown there for the Redbirds.
Redbirds will try to keep it here as we're down near the 2-minute mark. 2:11 to go as they score that touchdown. And now they will kick off. And Champaign Central's lead now goes from 12-0 to 12-8. 12-8 ball game. Both these teams lost in week 1. The Redbirds are officially 0-2 because they had to forfeit last weekend against East St. Louis. And they still have a couple of games coming up in April against Belleville East and Belleville West back-to-back. Tonight, though, it is Champaign Central here at Public School Stadium. Here's the kick for number 85 again, Belchick, from his own 40-yard line. Will boot it. It will hit at the 20. Picked up there. The Maroons coming up the field. Here's a flag, and we may have a blocking penalty or a hold there on the return.
Yeah,
but
that should be on Willis, looked like right there, Brent. Looked like he clipped the Alton player coming in on his in pursuit of the receiver. So Willis should get the call on this one.
So, from their own 20-yard line, they will be backed up even further here with 2:04 to go in a 12-8 game. We've had 20 points now scored, and it is a block below the knees with 2:04 left. Ball's going to be pushed back to about the 10-yard line now. As the official walks it off, sets the ball at their own 10-yard line. And remember, the Redbirds have all 3 of their timeouts. They could use those here on defense, maybe, if they want to. And maybe get the ball back in decent field position. We'll see how it plays out here.
Yeah, the momentum has definitely swung here in Alton's favor after that big defensive stop. Did a great job to get that touchdown on the pass from McAfoose to Caffey. So hopefully Alton has something they can build on here.
And so 2:04 to go. Now the Maroons are ready from their own 10-yard line under the lights here at the stadium tonight. And the handoff's going to come over the near side, and nothing doing there. Big tackle for a loss, and it was number 6 who was trying to get some yardage there, but not able to, and now the Redbirds are going to burn a timeout, and look like Izell Brown making that play, a 6'1", 226-pound junior defensive lineman, 59 for the Redbirds, a loss of 2.
Yeah, again, nice job there by the front 5 of Alton. Read that play very well. Good pursuit in the backfield.
So 1:51 to go. Redbirds use their first timeout. 2 to go. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 12, and we'll see if Champaign Central keeps the ball on the ground. They've gone through the air quite a bit with their quarterback, Cody Brown, but also their running back Davis Willis has had his share of rushes tonight and built a 12-0 lead here on the road, but the Redbirds have answered with a touchdown here in the second quarter, late in the first half. The Redbirds getting a touchdown just a moment ago with 2:11 to go. About 20 seconds ago they scored, and now Champaign Central ball, 2nd down and 12. They hand the ball up the middle. There's Willis out to the 14-yard line or so. Good gain there of 6, but the Redbirds are still going to use their second timeout because it's going to be 3rd down and another 6 to go.
Yeah, nice call there, I would say, by Eric Dickerson. Again, you look how quickly Alton was able to score that first touchdown they had due to the very good field position at the 45-yard line. So they still have Champaign pinned deep here inside the 15-yard line. So hopefully they can get a big stop here on 3rd down, force another punt, and have some time on the clock.
And the Redbirds right in this game, obviously at 12-8, even though they've had a ton of penalties. They've had 3 turnovers, the only 3 of the game, 2 interceptions and a fumble. But that touchdown and that 2-point conversion has closed it to a 4-point game, 12-8 here. And we'll see what happens now on 3rd down as both teams are huddling up. Coming out of this timeout, Redbirds with 1 more timeout to go. Champaign Central out of timeout here in the first half. This game kicked off at 6 o'clock tonight. We're into the 7 o'clock hour here in the second quarter. Here's a handoff. Up the middle it goes, and no room there. A loss of a couple. Another timeout for the Redbirds. Back to the 12-yard line. They lose 2. It's 4th and 8.
Yeah, Jones getting in there. Excellent play on that. Again, great pursuit here by this Alton front 5. They've really had a good first half here, and that's a big stop there for Alton. Still a lot of time on the clock with 1:39. No timeouts left, but Alton still with some time to do something here on the offensive side and possibly take the lead before the end of the half.
Now 1:39 to go, so there's still some time and a chance to get 2 scores in the last 2 minutes of this first half, as it turns out. As McAfoose warming up behind the bench once again in case he gets to get a chance to put it in the air some more here before halftime. Well, a punt is coming from their own 12-yard line. 4th down and 8. They need to get to the 20-yard line for a first down. But let's see how it goes here on this punt. And Tim Johnson back to return it. He's back near his 40-yard line. Or the Champaign Central 40-yard line. The punter is back near the goal line, the end zone. A high snap. It goes over his head. The punter can't get it. The Redbirds are going to jump on it for a touchdown. Touchdown, Redbirds. They have scored again.
Jones was in on it once again, Brent. That's 2 outstanding plays there by this Alton front. Excellent, excellent punt pursuit on that by Alton. A huge play in this game, and what a momentum turner here that we've seen in the last 3 minutes of this half.
Looked like 76 jumped on the ball. Rashaan Johnson, big lineman, a junior, 6 foot, 235 pounds. I think Johnson had the ball in the red end zone there on the turf. And now the extra point coming in a 14-12 game. The Redbirds up by 2. They try to make it a 3-point lead. Extra point in the air, and it is good. It's good. 15-12. Redbirds on top. They do score twice in about 30 seconds here late in the second quarter. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sport.
If you're planning to sell your
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Only Roberts Motors Ford gives you the real deal. Real prices and more value. Every new vehicle at Roberts comes with the Roberts Rewards Value Package, including oil changes for 2 years, loaner cars, car washes, and every price from Roberts is the real deal. Always a brand new vehicle, including all factory rebates. No games or gimmicks. Right now at Roberts, save over $8,000 off sticker price on new F-150s, or get 0% for 72 months plus Ford rebates. Save $3,200 off the sticker price on new Escapes. Roberts gives you the real deal. Start shopping now at RiverBenders.com.
First lead of the game. Late in the second quarter, it's 15-12. Each team with 2 touchdowns in the game. But the Redbirds have converted a 2-point conversion and an extra point, and that's the difference. 3-point lead, as both 2-point conversions were no good for Champaign Central. And this kickoff for the Redbirds is going to go out of bounds. That's a penalty. Penalty on the Redbirds here, but now Alton with the lead, 15-12 over Champaign Central. Travis?
Yeah, you've got to hand it to this this front 5 of this Alton defense here on these last few series. Just excellent job against the offensive line of the Champaign team. Great pursuit. Running back really had no chance. And really in this game, Brent, 22 carries for Champaign already on the ground, but only 83 yards to show for it. Much better showing on the running game defense in this game for Alton compared to their first game of the season.
Well, now both teams are out of timeouts, so we may just see a couple of runs here, and that'll be halftime. But let's see how Champaign Central plays it, because they've liked to put the ball in the air in this first half too, obviously, with 2 touchdown passes. One in the first quarter, one in the second quarter, but they'll give it to Willis. And he is hit hard after about a 2 or 3 yard gain. JBN Wynn, no, it was number 3, Antonio Clanton with a big hit there. Clanton, number 3, with the tackle on Willis after a 2-yard gain. And so we're down to 1:15 remaining. The play clock still 25, so the Maroons can let the clock go well under a minute here before they snap it. As we get closer and closer to halftime. Cody Brown, the quarterback, he will throw the ball now, but now he is sacked. He is hit on the right side as he rolled right, and he was hit and sacked. And the Redbirds, with a big hit there by Keegan Bratton, number 15, the senior linebacker.
Yeah, once again, the 2 linebackers, Jones and Bratton, really have gotten it done here at the end of this first half. Another huge play there for Alton.
Well, the game clock and the play clock, just 2 seconds difference, so all they need to do is take a knee here, and that will be the end of the first half. Let's see how they play it. They're actually going to hand the ball off to Willis. He's going to gain a couple over the right side, and that's going to be it. That'll be the end of the first half here tonight. Second quarter will come to an end. The first half comes to an end, and the Redbirds have the lead. The Maroons led 12-0 with a touchdown in each quarter, but the Redbirds scoring twice in 30 seconds. Back-to-back touchdowns, including one on special teams when they jumped on that fumble, that punt that was snapped over the head of the punter into the end zone, jumped on that for a touchdown. And at halftime, it's Alton 15, Champaign Central 12. Halftime coming up. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Need a car?
RiverBender.com's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, Bank Local, Bank Liberty. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBender.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Only Roberts Motors Ford gives you the real deal. Real prices and more value. Every new vehicle at Roberts comes with the Roberts Rewards Value Package, including oil changes for 2 years, loaner cars, car washes, and every price from Roberts is the real deal. Always a brand new vehicle, including all factory rebates. No games or gimmicks. Right now at Roberts, save over $8,000 off sticker price on new F-150s. Or get 0% for 72 months plus Ford rebates. Save $3,200 off the sticker price on new Escapes. Roberts gives you the real deal. Start shopping now at RobertsMotors.com.
Hey, 100! What day is it?
Keegan Broughton with a couple of really nice plays in that first half. Damian Jones as well has been in on it. So, again, the front five, Alton defensively has built on what they started last week against Edwardsville.
Redbirds will be off this weekend as they add this game. They were supposed to play O'Fallon here at home Friday night, but that game was canceled a few days ago. So their next game is not until April the 9th, a week from Friday, when they play at Belleville East. And then their next home game not until April the 16th, when they play back here at the stadium against Belleville West. And then in week 6, it will be a Southwestern Conference playoff weekend, if you will, with the first place team playing the second place team, and then third place fourth, fifth place sixth, and on down the line. Once we get to week 6, some of the conferences are playing some playoff-type football at the end of the season, and that's the same for the Southwestern Conference this year, and we'll see where the Redbirds end up. Right now they're looking for their first win of the year, and they still have Belleville East and Belleville West coming up on the schedule in April.
Belleville East should be a very interesting matchup for Alton this year. I'm anxious to see that game. Belleville East struggled against Edwardsville, which I believe a lot of teams are going to do in this short season here. But, again, it's good to have football, especially for these seniors. It's their last chance to play ball here in their senior year. It's not ideal here in the month of April, but it is nice that these boys get a season. And, again, no matter how Alton ends up this season, I do think that they have some things to build on. They've got 2 good young quarterbacks that have done a nice job so far in these first 2 games.
And the Redbirds with about 12 seniors on the roster, so they get the 6-game shortened season, and then it will be off to summer football, and then right back at it. The plan is, of course, to have a full season once we get to the fall in August, September, and October, and the Redbirds are going to have some young players come out for football and get this roster refurbished and restocked, if you will, because they're going to lose about 12 seniors here in 2021, the spring of 21. So we'll see how that goes once we get to the fall football season here in 2021 and get hopefully a lot of young Redbird football players out for the team at Alton High. It's halftime here, though, tonight, and the Redbirds have a lead over Champaign Central, 15-12 at the half. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sport.
Having computer or phone issues? Visit the RiverBender Tech Center. We can fix broken screens, charge ports, or slow computers, along with data recovery and many other services. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., located right across the street from Max Timeout on Bell Street in downtown Alton.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBender.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark, for me, is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Only Roberts Motors Ford gives you the real deal. Real prices and more value. Every new vehicle at Roberts comes with the Roberts Rewards Value Package, including oil changes for 2 years, loaner cars, car washes, and every price from Roberts is the real deal. Always a brand new vehicle, including all factory rebates. No games or gimmicks. Right now at Roberts, save over $8,000 off sticker price on new F-150s, or get 0% for 72 months plus Ford rebates. Save $3,200 off the sticker price on new Escapes. Roberts gives you the real deal. Start shopping now at RiverBender.com.
RiverBender.com's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBender.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
And again, this weekend, there will be more Friday night football around the area for Roxana on the road, CM on the road. Teams also playing at home this weekend. Marquette has another Saturday game. It'll be a Saturday night game at Freeburg for Marquette. East Alton Wood River will be at home. And, of course, the Redbirds will not have a game because they're playing tonight. And then they will be off for about 10 days before going to Belleville East, and then the home game against Belleville West. We'll see what changes these coaches and players have made now for the second half of action. We've seen a mixture of passing and running the football, some decent defense at times for both teams, but now we're going to have a kickoff for Champaign Central. The Redbirds are going to get the football with a 3-point lead here.
Watch the onside kick here.
Again.
Yeah, Champaign went for 2 onside kicks in that first half. Interesting times as well. Gave Alton great field position both times.
And once again, teeing it up at his own 40-yard line is number 7. That is Willis, Davis Willis. He is a junior running back, but also their kicker who will squib one to the 50-yard line again. Redbirds cover it up. They were ready again near midfield, and that's where Alton will take over here as we start the third quarter tonight.
Well, you're showing a lot of confidence in your defense when you choose to do that each time, and it doesn't work out. Again, if you're the Redbirds, say thank you for the good field position. Kind of really a dangerous choice there by Champaign and Coach Turner, considering how well Alton has moved the ball in their last couple of possessions here.
We'll see if that continues and they can put up some offensive numbers here as they get the football near midfield. Here we go.
And note McAfee under center here.
Okay, same sophomore quarterback who was in there in the second quarter. Gilcrease was in there in the first quarter, and now we start with a flag, and we start with a false start on the offense. Alton with another penalty.
Yeah, one thing they really need to improve on from the first half is just playing a little bit more disciplined football in this game. That's already 55 yards in penalties.
So it's 1st and 15 for the Redbirds, and they will throw it deep. McNear comes back, and he makes the grab down near the 30-yard line. He tumbles to the turf. It was 1st and 15. McNear got behind the secondary, the defense again, and makes the grab.
Yeah, great play there. McNear, great job going back on that ball. McAfee, a little bit underthrown, but a nice play call there. And another aggressive play here by Alton and their quarterback, McAfee.
Redbirds get ready with their sophomore center, Jackson Sheets, number 61. He snaps it to McAfoose, and they'll run to the near side. Johnson going to run out of room here to the short side of the field, and he may only gain 1 yard to the 28. 2nd down and 9 to go. And they'll mark it on the 28-yard line of the Maroons here. 11:30 to go. 3rd quarter. We're just underway in the second half. Here in the 7 o'clock hour. And the rain has held off. We did have some rain this afternoon, off and on. A little shower, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Even into the 5 o'clock hour. Here's McAfoose throwing deep again, and just off the hands, off the fingertips of McNear, this time to the left side, near the goal line, incomplete.
Boy, I thought he had that. What a great pass there by McAfoose. Looked like a very well thrown ball, but just a little bit too far ahead. Another good play call, and another good solid, wide open receiver. Again, they have definitely found a weakness in the secondary of the Champaign team, and they are exploiting it.
Well, the quarterback had to rush that throw, and he had to throw it early, and I thought it was going to be well overthrown, but McNear just outran the football and almost got it at the goal line. And now they'll snap it back and throw it down the line of scrimmage to Depew. He has it, and he's into the red zone. Inside the 20, 1st down, Redbirds, down near the 16, 17-yard line to number 30, Depew.
Yeah, Depew, that's his 2nd catch of this game, 17 yards, also had the 2-point conversion. But again, McAfoose is definitely in a rhythm right now.
Winging that ball to the left over and over and over again down the line of scrimmage. And now they get ready with a 1st and 10 from in the red zone here. They mark it at the 17-yard line after that pass to Depew. Now over the right side, Johnson. A little room up the middle to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Tim Johnson scores 6, and the Redbirds are up 21-12, 3rd quarter.
Boy, great run there by Johnson. Tried to go up the middle, didn't have anything, but then found a nice hole off to the left. Once again, great job by the Alton offensive line on that. Johnson with his biggest pickup of this game. Only had 17 yards in that first half. That's an 18-yard touchdown. Big score here for Alton to start the second half.
TD run for the Redbirds. They have 3 touchdowns, all scored in different ways. As they had a touchdown pass, a touchdown on special teams, and now a touchdown run. The extra point is no good, so it remains 21-12. Johnson with a touchdown run there. The extra point, no good. But the Redbirds are on the board again. They have scored 3 unanswered touchdowns just before halftime and now just after halftime. 10:43 to go, 3rd quarter. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Having computer or phone issues? Visit the RiverBender Tech Center. We can fix broken screens, charge ports, or slow computers, along with data recovery and many other services. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., located right across the street from Max Timeout on Bell Street in downtown Alton.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBender.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
18-yard touchdown run. The extra point no good. 10:43 to go, 3rd quarter. And the Redbirds are now up by 9 points. 2 scores.
Yeah, another good 50-yard drive there for Alton. Started with great positioning on that onside kick. Again, not successful for Champaign on that last drive, but McAfoose, a great drive on that. 2 for 3 passing, and that also had a big gain of 18 yards. So another great job here by Alton moving the ball.
Redbirds kick it off to Champaign Central. Willis returns it to the 25 and steps out of bounds there. From the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Maroons here in the third quarter now.
Well, let's see if Alton can continue what they had in the first half. They really stepped it up defensively. That front five has done a phenomenal job keeping the running game in check. Cody Brown hasn't had near the amount of time to pass as he had in that first quarter, so hopefully they can continue that here.
Man in motion, and the Redbirds may have grabbed that handoff there. Not much time for the handoff, and the Redbirds make the tackle at the 20-yard line, barely getting the handoff. I think was Willis there at the 20. Loss of 5.
Yeah, loss of 5, and once again, just the pursuit, the penetration there. That offensive line of Champaign breaking down. Nothing. They were defenseless on that one. Great job once again here by Alton.
And an injury timeout, Levante Pelmore, number 77, a junior lineman for the Maroons down on the turf here. So we'll take an injury timeout. 10:20 to go, third quarter. Redbirds up 21-12 in the third. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sport.
Smash here from Matt Horn and Landmark Realty.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
10 minutes to go, third quarter, and the Redbirds with another hit at the line of scrimmage, a gain of just a couple on that run. All of a sudden, it's third down and long as we're under 10 minutes to go, third quarter. Redbirds lead it 21-12, and it's going to be third down and about 12 to go for Champaign.
Yeah, Champaign's going to have to make a major adjustment here, Brent, because a major changing of the guard here for Alton. They've really gotten into a rhythm on the offensive side and have done a tremendous job. This front five, once again, you can't say enough how well they've done defending the pass, or defending the run rather, and not giving this Champaign any room to work.
We're going to have a whistle and a timeout. And the timeout is going to go to the offense. Champaign Central will burn a timeout. We'll keep it here during this timeout. After the game, we announce our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game or players of the game for the Alton Redbirds. And again, they have scored 3 quick touchdowns, 2 quick ones at the end of the second quarter, and another touchdown here early in the third quarter. And they've used those 3 scores to erase a 12-0 deficit and now lead it 21-12.
Yeah, nice to see Tim Johnson, who got that last touchdown here for Alton. Good to see him get into the action. He really struggled a little bit in that first half, had the fumble on his third carry of the game. Then he gets that 18-yard touchdown, so hopefully can get his confidence up a little bit.
Coming out of the timeout, 9:22 to go. Third down and about 11 or 12 yards to go for Champaign Central. And they're going to keep it on the ground and nothing doing there. And this time they try number 6, McMullen, the sophomore, and he is going to lose a couple more. It's 4th and 14 now. Redbirds continue to hit the Maroons behind the line of scrimmage, tackles for loss, and get after the quarterback too.
Yeah, running the blitz here, and it's really paid off here in the last 10 minutes of this game. One thing you saw earlier in the half is that Alton was able to
punt return, Tim Johnson. Johnson at his own 45-yard line, back near the 50, and he steps out of bounds right at midfield, the 50-yard line, 1st and 10 Redbirds.
Sorry, I didn't want to talk if a potential punt return here, but Champaign was actually able to run some pretty nice trick running plays on a couple of draws, a couple of double, I guess you can say, reverses, but Alton has done a good job, such a good job penetrating the pocket Alton hasn't even had time to make the exchange, or Champaign rather.
Yeah, not much time to turn around and even hand the ball off some of the plays here. But now it goes over to the Redbirds. They split the running back now to the left and to the right of McAfoose, the quarterback. He'll hand the ball off right up the middle. Not much there. And the Redbirds use number 4, Keith Gilcrease, as a running back, and he's going to gain almost a yard, second down.
Yeah, Gilcrease, a good runner. Definitely the better runner of the two of those quarterbacks. Gilcrease, that's his 4th carry, has 33 yards in this game.
Gilcrease, the quarterback for Alton in the first quarter, but in the second and third quarters, it's been Graham McAfoose, the other sophomore QB. McAfoose in the pistol this time. No, the back will split again to his left and right. Now the Redbirds jumped off sides, it looks like there, but no flag. Now a flag calls on Johnson's run. They may get the Redbirds for a hold instead of a false start there. Johnson's going to lose a couple. Back to his own 49-yard line, and another flag flying during that run there. Third down and 11, depending on the flag here, as now they're at their own 49-yard line. It is a hold on the Redbirds. So they'll take the play, which lost 2 yards. They will decline the penalty. And the Redbirds at 3rd and 11 with 7:40 to go, third quarter. McAfoose with the pistol this time. They put it into the air at 3rd and long. He's going to throw. He's looking to his left. Throws it deep, and it is broken up. Tipped there. McNair had a step, it looked like, but the throw a little behind him, which allowed the defender to close the gap and knock it away.
Yeah, nice defense there by Champaign. It definitely did look like Menier had a step, and he's got that great speed. Pass was just a little bit behind him, but again, nice read there by the Champaign defensive back.
And the Redbirds are going to go for it, it appears, here on 4th and 11.
Why not? Close to the 50-yard line. I like this call here by Coach Dickerson.
Caffey comes to the near side, number 2. He has a touchdown. McNear goes to the far side. And McAfoose looking over the middle. Caffey is there, had a step, was open, but the ball overthrown to Julian Caffey, incomplete. Maroons football now.
Yeah, a tough break there for Alton. McAfoose actually had a lot more time than what he thought. He got a great block there right at the offensive line at center, but unfortunately stepped up and made a little bit too hard of a throw there.
So now 7:29 to go. Now the Redbirds call on their defense again, leading 21-12 over Champaign Central. The Redbirds are going to change up the defense here. One player out, one player in. Another player tried to come in, but he'll stay on the sidelines, number 81. 7:29 to go. Cody Brown, the quarterback, under center. The Maroons have the football. They'll go McMullen over the right side. Good gain there. Good blocking over the right side. Inside the 45 to the 43, a gain of about 6.
Yeah, that's their biggest offensive play in a long time. Alton had been shutting them down in a big way, especially here to start this half. But a nice job by McMullen to find a hole there and get some positive yardage here for Champaign.
So now we're at the 7-minute mark, third quarter. Second down and about 4-5 to go. In Alton territory now for the Maroons after they stop the Redbirds on downs. Here's a handoff, and it's botched and fumbled and still loose on the ground. The Redbirds may have their first turnover. Yes.
Wow.
Alton ball. The Redbirds have it as it was on the turf, and they scooped it up.
Wow. I tell you, if you're Coach Turner, you got to be livid right there. It looked like Cody Brown, it was on the turf. He did lose the ball initially, but it looked like he fell back down on and had possession, but a big break here for the Redbirds.
Well, the first turnover for the Alton defense. It's a fumble recovery near midfield. So they have it right where they had it a moment ago, their own 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, again, that front five for this Alton defense has just been phenomenal tonight. Another big play.
6:41 to go. Redbirds ball. They're in the pistol. They hand it to Johnson. Tim Johnson to the 50, 45. He breaks it outside, and he is thrown out of bounds on a tackle there. A gain of 9. I think they're going to mark it at the 42. Good gain for number 5 there. Right near the first down marker, maybe a little short. Nope, they're going to move the chains and call it 10 yards on the nose. 10 yards for Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson has already exceeded his first half rushing, 28 yards so far in this half to go with a touchdown. So, again, they've exploited maybe a mismatch over there on the left side. That's where Alton has had the most success here tonight.
Redbirds get ready, but we have movement on the line before the snap, and here come the flags once again. They'll talk this over, and it looks like a false start on the offense. It is. So the Redbirds will be pushed back here as we come up on 8 o'clock. You're in tune to WBGZ Alton. 2-hour ball game so far. We had a 6 o'clock kickoff tonight for Tuesday night football from the Barrett Heating and Cooling broadcast booth at Public School Stadium. Halfway through the third quarter now. 6.5 to go. Handoff. Johnson over the right side. He's going to gain almost or right at the 5 yards they lost on that penalty, so it'll be 2nd down and about 10 to go.
Yeah, nice job by the Redbirds there in the offensive line. Just get the positive yards. You had the penalty, but it was 1st and 15, so you get back to the line of scrimmage. Alton's moved the ball very well, so got a couple of plays to get this 1st down.
See how the Redbirds play it here on 2nd down and about 10.5 to go from the Maroons' 42-yard line. 1st down marker is down near the 31. They're going to swing it to the outside, and Caffey, he is hit at the 40, still on his feet inside the 40. And they may give him the 38, 39-yard line. Short pass to Caffey there.
Yeah, Caffey may have been better off just heading right to the sidelines to get a little bit more positive yards, but instead he chose to carry it back. May have dropped a couple of yards on that, but still a nice little play for Alton. And once again, positive yards. They've done a much better job in this game compared to last week against Edwardsville, and that's all you can ask for so far.
5:15 to go. Clock running here with the ball at the 38. About 7 more to go. 3rd and 7. The Champaign 38-yard line. Back to McAfoose. Hands it to Johnson. He makes a couple of cuts to the 35-yard line. A lot of dancing there for 3 or 4 yards, but now it's going to be 4th and about 3.5, 3 yards to go.
Yeah, no doubt they're going to go for it here. This could be a big play in this game, even though we're still only in the third quarter. But if the Alton can get a couple of touchdown lead here, they've seemed to move the ball very well. So see if they can pick up a 1st down here.
They're down to 4:30 to go now, third quarter, as the clock continues to roll, and the Redbirds have the lead, 21-12, as they took the lead late in the second quarter, just before half. Now a deep throw well over the head of the receiver here on the near side at about the 10-yard line. That was Jalen Telford, number 12, a junior wide receiver. And another quick throw by McAfoose as he gets rid of it quick, 4th down there. And again, I think he has a little more time than he thinks there. He's kind of getting rid of it, firing it away.
Yeah, second time in as many drives here for the Redbirds. They had an opportunity there. A good call to go for it on 4th down. Not sure about airing it out the way they did, but you're right, McAfoose did have time. If he settled in a little bit more, maybe he could have made that throw.
And he threw it to Telford, again, number 12, incomplete here on the near side. So the ball goes over to Champaign Central at their own 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Back to defense for the Redbirds. Handoff over the right side. That might be Willis as he leans forward. The pile is pushed to the first down marker as they unpile it there, and a little pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Maybe a flag. Actually, I saw a helmet fly off there too, Brent.
Yeah.
So I thought I saw a flag as well.
And the officials talk it over here as they mark him down at about the 44-yard line, as he was wrapped up closer to the 40, but then the pile started moving a yard, 2 yards, all the way near that first down marker. And they're still discussing it here with the marker at the 44, which would be 2nd and 1. There's the flag being picked up. And the official going to make the call here, and it's going to be against the Redbirds.
Yeah, the Alton Redbirds lost their helmet on that play.
Face mask. So it is a personal foul, 15 yards all the way to the Alton 40-yard line.
Yeah, tough break there for the Redbirds, and once again, penalties have gotten them into trouble in this game. And that's their third defensive penalty for -15.
It looks like they're getting close to 100 yards in penalties here tonight, or they will be soon. As the Redbirds on defense, trying to corral the running game. McMullen goes over the right side. He's down inside the 40, down near the 35 or so, maybe a 4-yard gain for number 6, McMullen.
Yeah, Willis got the majority of the carries in that first half. McMullen has seen most of the action so far here for Champaign in this second half.
Second down. We're down to 3:25 left, third quarter, as both teams go to the ground a little bit more now here in this third period.
I was just going to say that's one thing about this second half in particular for Champaign. They were throwing the ball quite a bit in the first half with success, and you have not seen Cody Brown air one out in a long time.
Here's a hard count, and I think the Redbirds jumped, and they're going to be charged with 5 more yards in penalties. The defensive end, Damian Jones, number 9, jumping there. Offsides, Redbird.
Yes.
So down to the 32-yard line for the football.
75 yards in penalties in this game for Alton, and already their third penalty of this second half.
So it's 2nd and short now, 2nd and 2 as they move the ball to the Alton 32-yard line. And a quick handoff there, nothing doing. The Redbirds were in the backfield again. Tackle for loss, a loss of 1. 2:45 left, third quarter. We're now at 3rd down and 3 to go.
Yeah, the defense inside the 40 here for Alton has done a really nice job here tonight. It's really just been the penalties that have been moving the chains here for Champaign in the last 15 minutes or so of this game.
The nose tackle, defensive tackle, if you will, right over the football. Lucas Biggs for Alton all night long. Here's Willis diving forward. He's near the first down, near the 30. Maybe just a little short.
Another flag.
4th and less than a yard to go, but another yellow flag on the turf here. And it will be personal foul on the Redbirds again. After the whistle again, apparently.
Yeah, they had him stop short. It was going to be fourth and short there. And unfortunately, another ill-advised penalty here against Alton's going to move the chains for Champaign.
Well, 21-12 in favor of Alton, but the Redbirds giving back big yardage to Champaign Central here, even though they lead by 9. Now that 9-point lead is in jeopardy as they're in the red zone down to the 16-yard line. On another personal foul, big chunk of yards on the penalty there. Cody Brown under center for Champaign Central again. Hands the ball off. Willis with some room up the middle. Big hole inside the 10, down near the 7. Maybe a 1st and goal, or at least Well, he's going to be maybe a yard short, second down.
Yeah, nice job by Willis there to find a hole. Made a nice move to gain the extra 2 or 3 yards.
Right between the tackles. Willis with some good running there, and it's 1:30 to go, third quarter. They may give it to him again. They will over the right side. Nope, they're going to fake it and go on the end around, and a big stick there at the 5-yard line, but it's going to be a first and goal now, as they use the end around to the receiver, and the Redbirds with a big tackle, but it comes after the first down. Actually, they'll mark it back near the 6, and it's not a first down. Boy, I don't know about the marks here tonight.
Yeah, same here, Brent. He looked like he got it pretty easy on that one. Gomez, nice play, another deceptive running play here for Champaign Central, but a big break here for Alton.
Third down and less than a yard to go, as they mark that ball just outside the 6-yard line. And now everybody jumps before the snap, and that's going to be a Maroons penalty, it appears.
Yeah, and that's been pretty rare in this game, it seems like, but a big false start there. And the way this front five is playing, not so much on this drive, but the way this Alton front five is played in this game, that could be a big break here for the Redbirds. So now you go from a 3rd and short to a 3rd and 6.
Right, back to the 11-yard line for the football. And we're under a minute to go, third quarter. Champaign Central will likely be in 4-down territory here in the red zone. They're now at the 11-yard line. Third down. They hand the ball off. McMullen nowhere to go. He dives forward for maybe a yard. Fourth down.
Ooh, nice job there by Clanton to avoid another personal foul. He was looking to go in for the hit. He had McMullen kind of in a precarious position there, but decided to jump over him instead. So nice stop there by Alton, and no yardage there for Champaign Central.
Central could let the clock run out here and talk over this fourth down, but I think they may snap it. No, now they're going to wait. And that'll be the fourth quarter coming up in just a moment. Third quarter runs out. It'll be 4th and 5 for Champaign Central from about the 11-yard line of the Alton Redbirds when we start the fourth quarter. Alton with the only score there in the third quarter on a touchdown to increase their lead. Alton 21, Champaign Central 12. It's a 9-point lead for the Redbirds as we go to the fourth. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sport.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Lead for Alton could be much bigger. Right now, the difference in yardage lost in penalties is 90-30.
Amazing. Well, here we go. 4th and 5. Brown's going to go back to the air. He has a man at the goal line. Touchdown. He goes to his big tight end. He has caught number 89 a few times, and the freshman, Jake Schultz, number 89, has scored an 11-yard touchdown pass. Brown with a good strike, and that's a big target, the big tight end for the Maroons.
Yeah, nice throw there. And Schultz, that's a big freshman right there. Showed great hands. He was under pressure there, and excellent throw there by Cody Brown. And, you know, we were talking earlier, Brent, you haven't seen him air him out in a while. The running game had really not shown much success for Champaign Central. They go back to the air and they get the touchdown. A big touchdown here for Champaign.
Especially on 4th and 5, an 11-yard TD pass.
And they get the 2-point conversion on a reverse right there. Nice play there by Gomez to pick up the 2 points. So now we have a 21-20 game.
21-20, they get the touchdown, they get the 2-point conversion, and just like that, it goes from a 9-point game to a 1-point game. 21-20, 11:55 to go, and just like that, the momentum goes back to the visitors, Champaign Central.
Well, on that 4th down play there, great job by the Champaign Central offensive line. Gave their quarterback Brown plenty of time. Made an outstanding throw, and once again, Schultz, the tight end, had decent coverage there, but he's able to haul it in and hold on and barrel his way into the end zone. So a big touchdown there, and a bit, I think, caught Alton a little bit off guard. Champaign Central had not thrown the ball in quite a while, just because Brown really hasn't had any time in the pocket. Alton had done such a great job penetrating the pocket, so he finally gets time and is able to throw for that touchdown. So we've got a new ball game here, just about.
21-20, Redbirds by 1 point now, as each team has 3 touchdowns up on the board, and their 2-point conversion is successful this time to make it a 1-point game. And now the Redbirds are going to get the ball. 11:55 to go as we've started the 4th quarter here. See how things go with the Redbirds getting the ball back.
Champaign Central is 0 for 3 going for onside kicks. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it again this time. I have not seen Willis kick the ball deep yet in this game.
Now the Redbirds have the middle of the field open. Otherwise, they have 3 on the left, 3 on the right at the 50-yard line, and they're going to squib it again, and it is grabbed there at their own 45-yard line for the Redbirds. Right up the middle, 15-yard kick, and it is scooped up there by number 41, Anthony Butler, a junior.
You know, another aggressive play call there, but I'm still, it's becoming a surprise. That's 0 for 4. That's 4 consecutive times that you've given the Redbirds excellent field position, and they're moving the ball very well. So I haven't quite figured out the game plan on that, but hopefully Alton can take advantage of the good field position once again.
McAfoose hands to Johnson. Johnson over the right side, 50, 40-yard line, up the sideline to the 30, cuts it back near the 20-yard line before he's finally brought down. Big hole to the right, and up the sideline goes Johnson.
His biggest gain of the game right there. That was a beautiful run by Johnson. Had a great hole on the right side. Then nice little speed burst, work to the outside, and a 28-yard gain. He's had big yardage here in the second half, Brent.
Their own 46-yard line all the way down to the 22-yard line. It goes 1st and 10 near the red zone. Just like that for the Redbirds. 11:40 to go in the game. McAfoose in the pistol will give it to Tim Johnson again. The senior over the right side. Sideline again. Did he go out of bounds? No. Touchdown. 22 yards. Johnson has scored again for Alton.
Yeah, second touchdown of this half. And only 17 yards rushing in the first half. This half, it's been a different story for the senior running back, now with 83 yards rushing.
22-yard touchdown run, and he scores again up the far sideline. And the Redbirds will try to add the extra point, up by 7, try to make it an 8-point game. 27-20. The Redbirds answered just like that with 2 runs by Johnson. The extra point, not sure, it doesn't matter because flags were flying before the kick. And it's offsides on the defense, so they go for 2 now, like before. Yep, here they come.
Don't think they have anything to lose. If they're able to make it, they make it a 2-possession game. So yep. I think this is a good call here by Dickerson.
They bring Johnson back in the game. And the last time the Redbirds did this too. Extra point was good, but they had a penalty. Engaged Depew back in the second quarter, ran one in. And we'll see what the Redbirds do here up by 7. 27-20 our score. 3 men in the backfield. This time McAfoose under center. And we have a whistle and stoppage before the snap. Now they're going to change personnel. And looks like they're going to put the ball, still at the 1.5-yard line. And so, with 11:27 to go, I guess the officials hadn't officially set the football down for play. Now we're ready.
Almost a free timeout there for both teams.
So Johnson's going to come out of the game, and now they're going to go for the extra point again. So instead of declining the penalty and taking the extra point, they're going to try the extra point again. Maybe that extra point the first time was no good. This one, though, is up in the air, and it is no good. Wide left. A high short kick, and it's missed with 11:27 to go. And Alton leading 27-20. It's a 7-point game in the fourth quarter at Public School Stadium. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sport.
Need a car? Come buy a car or a truck or SUV.
Roberts Motors Ford gives you the real deal, real prices, and more value. Every new vehicle at Roberts comes with the Roberts Rewards Value Package, including oil changes for 2 years, loaner cars, car washes, and every price from Roberts is the real deal. Always a brand new vehicle, including all factory rebates. No games or gimmicks. Right now at Roberts, save over $8,000 off sticker price on new F-150s, or get 0% for 72 months plus Ford rebates. Save $3,200 off the sticker price on new Escapes. Roberts gives you the real deal. Start shopping now at RiverBenders.com.
RiverBender.com's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, Bank Local, Bank Liberty. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people.
Policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Preferred Insurance Company, or Country Casualty Company.
In Berkland back here at Public School Stadium, back with Alton Redbirds Tuesday Night Football on the Big Z from the Barrett Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. And Alton's lead now 27-20 over Champaign Central. High short kick hits at the 30, and the return man up over the 30, out near the 35-yard line with 11:24 to go in the game. The Redbirds have answered back-to-back touchdowns, first for Champaign Central. They made it a 1-point game, 21-20. The Redbirds answer with a Tim Johnson touchdown, his second TD of the game, 27-20, Alton by 7.
Yeah, Tim Johnson actually on that last touchdown run, Brent, over the century mark, 104 yards on 14 carries, 2 touchdowns. So they really kept him in check in the first half, only with 17 yards, but he has reared back in the second half, done a nice job going to the sidelines multiple times. 2 big runs for him in this second half.
Johnson, a senior, 5'11", 180-pound running back. Cody Brown under center here. He's going to hand the ball off. McMullen over the right side. He's going to gain about 4 yards over the right side, out over the 35. To the 37-yard line, second down. 11 minutes to go in the game. Redbirds by 7. At halftime, we had a 15-12 Redbird lead. 3-point game. Tim Johnson with 2 touchdowns here in the second half. There's a handoff. McMullen over the left side. He breaks a tackle and tripped up short of the 40-yard line. It's going to be third down and still about 4 or 5 more to go.
Yeah, he maybe picked up a yard. They nearly had him wrapped up back there at the line of scrimmage, but McMullen's nice job to break a tackle back there and get some positive yards on that. But again, nice defense there by Alton. Once again, stopping the running game. Really haven't given Willis or McMullen much room to work with here in these at the second quarter and into the second half.
10 minutes to go in the game. Third down and 5 from their own 39-yard line. Brown's going to go to the air. He throws it over the middle of the field. A crowd of players there, and it is broken up, incomplete. Couple of Maroons there. There were about 4 Redbirds there at the 40-yard line, 20 yards down the field, incomplete.
Well, I got to hand it to Brown on that. Brown was under a lot of pressure, somehow made a good, strong throw, nearly got the completion on that one. But again, a nice job by the front 5 of the Alton Redbirds and the secondary to break up the pass.
Redbirds' biggest lead, 21-12, when they led by 9. The biggest lead for Champaign Central tonight, 12-0. They led in the first half by 12 points. Right now, it's a 7-point game, 27-20. Alton High with the lead, and we have a whistle. And it looks like a timeout for Champaign Central here on 4th down. They want to talk over this 4th and 5 play again with 10 minutes to go from their own 39-yard line. They need to get out to about the 43, 44-yard line.
Definitely watch the pass again. Cody Brown has quietly had himself a very solid game here for Champaign Central. 3 touchdowns, all in the air, and nearly 70 yards passing so far.
His 3 touchdowns have kept him in the game, gave him the lead first off, but right now they have 20 points on the board at 27-20. Redbirds using a pass in the second quarter. Second half, it's been on the ground. Tim Johnson in the third from 18 yards out, and then here in the fourth quarter from 22 yards out. So the senior Johnson getting it done. The touchdown in the second quarter was McAfoose to the air to Julian Caffey for 34 yards. Here's the 4th down play for Champaign Central. They've had a bunch of them tonight. 4th down, but he is thrown to the ground. Incomplete, or actually no pass. It's a sack. A sack, and the Redbirds have the ball, 1st and 10.
Yeah, once again, that front 6, and this time it's Azell Brown coming in, getting the sack on that one. Brown had to roll out immediately, had no time in the pocket. Looked like he was going to make the throw, but great pursuit there by the Alton defense. And Brown may have gotten a little lucky on that, Brent. He could have had a penalty with a little bit of a hit after the play, but nevertheless, great defensive play there by Alton and a turnover on downs.
So the clock rolls with 9:50 to go. They give it to Johnson. He has nowhere to go. Could have been tackled for a loss, but he may have scrambled back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down, Redbirds at the Champaign Central 31-yard line. A gain of about 1 yard, actually. 2nd down. Damian Jones, number 9, comes out. Julian Caffey, number 2, comes in with a new play. Alton Redbirds huddle up here with now just 9:20 to go in the ball game. Redbirds up 27-20. They won't play until a week from Friday. They'll have 10 days off before they play at Belleville East. Here's Johnson over the right side again. Has some room again. Back to the middle of the field. The 10, the 5. Touchdown. I think there's a flag, though. At the end of that run down near the 10-yard line, Johnson scores again, but it may be coming back.
Boy, what a shame that would be. What a great run by Johnson. Once again, got to the line of scrimmage, made a nice cut to the outside, and then turned on the afterburners, got himself all the way into the end zone. But I think you're exactly right, Brent. I think this is coming back. Another unfortunate penalty here for Alton. Now over 100 yards in penalties.
I think it was so far down the field that the holding penalty is still going to be a 1st down in the red zone for Alton, as that flag is all the way down at the 8-yard line. They started back at the 31, 32-yard line. Would have been a 31-yard touchdown run. The ball is going to be marked at the 18-yard line. 1st down, Redbird. So, 9 minutes to go in the game. Johnson almost had his 3rd touchdown of the game. But this 4th quarter rolls on with the Redbirds up 27-20. And they're in the red zone again. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. McAfoose will throw it to the near side over the head of McNear. Incomplete down the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, McAfoose, it seems like when he makes those quick out routes, that's when he's had his biggest success, is the quick passes right after the snap. It seems like when he's had a little bit more time, he's been a little bit antsy back there, overthrown it a few times, and looked like he just overthrew it again once more, this time to McNear.
Pistol again. Johnson behind McAfoose. McAfoose has played at quarterback since the first quarter. 3 quarters at quarterback for him. The second, third, and fourth quarters. Here's a run over the right side. Couple of yards for the Redbirds, and it'll be 3rd down as they mark the ball near the 15, 16-yard line. A gain of just a couple there. It'll be at the 16-yard line. The first down markers at the 9-yard line of Champaign Central here. Fourth quarter now, 8:20 to go in the game.
Jones in for McNear on this play.
Now a tight formation. Looks like they're going to run it. Full house backfield here. They give it to the last man through. Over the left side, Johnson down near the 10, shy of the 10-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and still another 1.5 yards or so to go.
Yeah, it looked like he may have picked up about 5 yards on that play. A nice run by Johnson, rather. There was no doubt that they were going to be running the ball on that play, just a little bit short of the first down.
Now we're at 7:45 to go as they snap it on 4th and short. A little less than 2 yards to go. They hand the ball off over the right side. First down into, inside the 10, now inside the 5. They blow it dead with running back Antonio Clanton. A 1st and goal for number 3.
Yeah, nice little surprise attack there for Clanton, who had not had any touches in this game so far, but a nice play there, nice play call there, surprised everybody, and a big first down here for Alton, chance to make it a 2-score game.
1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Clanton is in the backfield again, so is Johnson. They'll hand the ball off. It's Johnson over the left side. He's forward. He scores. Touchdown, Redbirds. Johnson again. 3 touchdowns in the second half. Number 5 has scored again.
Yeah, another great job there by Johnson. Power running basically on this drive. Made a nice cut to the outside on one of his runs for big yardage, but this time just powering his way through on this last series. Another big touchdown here for Alton.
They take their biggest lead of the game, 33-20. It's a double-digit lead. They had a 9-point lead earlier, 21-12. Here comes the extra point. It's in the air. Belchick kicks it up, and it is good. The extra point makes it 34-20. Alton leading Champaign Central. Fourth quarter, you're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
1942, the RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBender.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
Having computer or phone issues? Visit the RiverBender Tech Center. We can fix broken screens, charge ports, or slow computers, along with data recovery and many other services. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., located right across the street from Max Timeout on Bell Street in downtown Alton.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
tonight. 2.5-hour ball game now. It's 8:30. And here are the Redbirds kicking off again after Johnson scores again. He's got 3 TDs.
Yeah, all in the second half. What a turnaround. Only had 17 yards on the ground in that first half. 112 yards rushing in this second half and 3 touchdowns.
Another squib kick, this time by the Redbirds. It goes to about the 38-yard line. So up near the 40, Champaign Central will have it 1st and 10. And they have 7 minutes to go in the game, down by 2 touchdowns. It's a 14-point lead for the Alton Redbirds, who try to go to 1-2, looking for their first win of the year. As the Redbirds go back on defense here. Cody Brown ready, hands the ball off. Up the middle it goes. Maybe a yard or 2, and that's it. As the Redbirds make the stop right on the 40-yard line. 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, the Redbirds once again just playing stellar defense. Despite that touchdown pass from Brown earlier in this half, Alton has just once again given them no room to work. Done a great job penetrating the pocket and just really have stopped the running game very well.
Champaign Central does have 3 touchdown passes in this game. Again, not much on the run overall. And here's a sack. Quickly in the backfield is number 59. That's Brown again. Izell Brown gets in the backfield and sacks the quarterback.
Yeah, he has had a big game. Along with the other front 5 of this Alton defense, you got to hand it to Damian Jones, Keegan Broughton, Izell Brown once again to his 2nd sack in a row there, Lucas Biggs, and Rashaan Johnson, who also has a defensive touchdown in this game, or rather a special teams touchdown.
Yeah. And the Redbirds, who led 15-12 at halftime, have been able to run the football. Johnson with that touchdown in the 3rd quarter. 2 more touchdowns here in the 4th quarter as he tries to put the game away for the Redbirds, as now there's a penalty on Champaign Central. They're back to their own 30-yard line now.
Well, that's not very many penalties in this game for Champaign Central. Most of them have gone towards Alton, but that's a pretty big one there. You go from a 3rd, you still had a 3rd and long situation, but now you go to a 3rd and 18, and you can expect them to probably go through the air on this one here.
Just 5.5 minutes to go in the game. 3rd down and long. Brown back to throw. He throws it short. It's picked off. It might be Depew, number 30. He is hit and hit hard at the 35-yard line of Champaign Central. The ball was underthrown, and the Redbirds have the interception. And limping off the field, number 30, Depew, who has the pick.
Boy, he had to earn those extra yardage, didn't he? He got absolutely flattened out there at about the 35, but great job by the Alton defense on that. When you're faced with a 3rd and long situation like Champaign Central, you're most definitely going to throw the ball. Alton read it perfectly, did a great job on the coverage in the out deep, and got the big interception there.
So the Redbirds on defense with a couple of turnovers here in the second half. Remember, they turned it over 3 times in the first half. Here's Johnson up the near sideline. He's hit and knocked out of bounds. A late hit going to be called there as he was hit out about the 20-yard line, and a late hit will add some more yardage for the Redbirds.
Well, I think that late hit probably came because of the big old stiff arm that Johnson gave the Champaign Central player. What a great run there by Johnson. And again, that stiff arm got him an extra 8 yards on that. So another big play by the senior running back.
This 4th quarter has seen the Redbirds go from a 21-20 lead, a 1-point game, to a 14-point game. Now this penalty on Champaign Central is going to move Alton a little closer to the goal line, all the way down to the 10-yard line now. 1st and goal from the 10 in the red zone. Redbirds already have 2 touchdowns in a row after leading by 1. They have 19 points in this second half after scoring 15 points in the first half. Here's Johnson to the outside to the 5, and he scores again. A 10-yard touchdown run, Johnson for 6.
Well, how's that for wanting the player of the game honors here tonight, Brent? Another great run by Johnson. And, well, actually this time, great deceptive play there, not only by the offensive line, but McAfoose on that fake handoff. He had Champaign Central hook, line, and sinker on that fake, what looked to be a fake handoff, and Johnson literally trots into the end zone for the touchdown. So a great play, good play call there by Coach Dickerson.
Johnson has 4 touchdowns, 1 in the third quarter, 3 TDs here in the fourth quarter. The extra point is good, and the Redbirds have bumped that lead to 21. It's 41-20 in favor of the Alton Redbirds now. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
If you had a chance to save over
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
How do his totals look?
Wow. Well, you talk about making an adjustment. Goes from 6 carries on 17 yards on 6 carries in the first half. How about 15 carries, 159 yards in the second half alone?
Amazing
for Johnson. So what a big turnaround, a great adjustment he made after the first half.
And he could be closing in on 200 yards, but he may be finished for the game as they may get some other players in there to run the football now. But right now they're on defense, and the Redbirds have an injury on the kick. They kicked it off to Champaign Central, and there's a Redbird down around the 15-yard line. And he will not get up at the moment as athletic trainer Andy Renner for Alton High goes over to check on him now with 5:01 to go in the game. Again, after the game, we announce our Munganast Alton Toyota player of the game. It's become unanimous now to the senior Tim Johnson, right?
We will have some honorable mentions for sure, Brent, but, in particular, the Alton front five has been phenomenal, but this has been the Tim Johnson show here in this half. And, one big difference we've seen is Alton really tried to run the ball up the middle for the most part in that first half and did not have much luck with it. Of course, they also had the fumble, what looked to be big yardage back in the first half. Well, this time, Johnson has managed to make cuts to the outside, and where he's getting most of his yards is right along the sidelines, running through this Champaign Central defense in the process. So a tremendous second half here for Johnson.
And the Maroons defense has been out there a lot, so I'm sure they're tired because, again, we mentioned there's not many players dressed for either of these teams tonight. Only about 40 players each side tonight. And the Alton Redbird player just now getting up and slowly making his way all the way across the field here to the Redbird sideline. But Redbirds lead it 41-20 as they have come alive and played some solid defense tonight. But how about the offense with 41 points now?
Yeah, this has been a pretty good matchup here for the Redbirds in this game. Both these teams playing some very tough conferences. Of course, The Maroons playing against teams like Metamora, Champaign Centennial, which as you said, is their big rival. Peoria, Notre Dame. On the other hand, Alton playing against Edwardsville, East St. Louis, O'Fallon, Belleville West, and East. So this is, again, a very good matchup for this team. You got to hand it to the adjustments that Coach Dickerson has made in this game. Really, Champaign Central controlled this game mainly because of the penalties and turnovers that Alton committed earlier in the game. Let's not forget they had a 12-0 lead earlier in this game. They have reared back, made some very nice adjustments on the offensive line and on the running game. McAfoose has had a few big plays in this game. So great job to turn the tables here tonight for the Redbirds.
And the Redbirds back on defense here with 5 minutes to go in the game. McMullen has it as Champaign Central keeps it on the ground, and they may do that now, down by 3 touchdowns. They may not put it in the air much anymore, as the Redbirds, remember, had those 3 turnovers in the first half, but here in the second half, it's the Redbirds defense with the only 2 turnovers, a fumble recovery by Johnson and a pick by Depew, interception for Alton too.
Yeah, the Redbirds have done a nice job protecting the ball in this half. In particular on the running side of the ball, they only ran the ball a total of 10 times in that first half. This second half, they've ran the ball more than 15 times. So it's definitely gone more to their side as far as ball protection.
Here's McMullen again over the left side. He breaks a tackle or 2, and the Redbirds push him out of bounds with a first down, it looks like, near the 25-yard line. As the Redbirds continue to bring new players into the game. Deontay Forrest, a junior, defensive back, number 28, checks into the game. As number 2, Cappy, comes out of the game now for Alton. And we're at 4:06 to go in the game.
Willis, the running back for the most part in the first half for Champaign Central, has not touched the ball really in this second half. I don't know if he might be hurting or possibly because the Redbirds really kept him in check in the first half. They've really done a nice job on the running game here tonight.
Now here's a run right up the middle. Big yardage there.
Soon again.
Right up the middle near the 50-yard line. It's McMullen again, number 6. And he's out to midfield, the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that's their biggest run of the night, actually, Brent. And I spoke too soon once again. Nice run there by McMullen.
And so, with just 3:30 to go, 3.5 minutes left in the game, the Redbirds coasting now to a 41-20 score, 21-point lead. Cody Brown under center again as they huddle and get ready on 1st and 10. They give the ball, and then a double reverse comes to the near side. They'll gain about 5 yards, and the clock will run some more, and we'll be under 3 minutes to go in the game. Both teams helping each other up now. Good sportsmanship here at the end of the ball game as the Redbirds are happy to find an opponent. It took them a couple of days to look all around the state before they finally contacted Champaign Central, and they okayed this long trip on a Tuesday night to come down to the Riverbend.
Yeah, 6 hours of bus rides. That's a little rough for a team, especially if you have class in the morning. But you got to hand it to Champaign Central. They've come. They've played the Alton hard. Really, if it weren't for this fourth quarter, this would be a very different ball game.
It was 21-20 at one point. Redbirds jumping out in front, and since they took the lead, they have put the pedal to the metal, and it's 41-20 now. Here's a short run up the middle. We're down to 2 minutes to go as we're at 3rd down and 4 for the Maroons here. Fourth quarter winding down. Again, the Redbirds will pick up their first win of the year. They'll have 10 more days off before they play again. O'Fallon has had to cancel a couple of games, but O'Fallon plans on playing in 10 days against East St. Louis. Here's a pass tipped in the air and incomplete. It'll be 4th down for Central.
Yeah, it's actually a shame that there wasn't some way to reschedule that game against East St. Louis. Alton having to take the forfeit on that. But, the 10 days off doesn't seem to bother Alton. Despite the penalties, really, they looked pretty solid for the most part here tonight. They did have the turnovers, a couple ill-advised passes that we saw. The fumble, which really Johnson fumbled in that first quarter, was a really good defensive play by Champaign Central. But overall, a good, solid performance here tonight by the Redbirds.
No doubt about it. Offense, defense, and even special teams, of course, at times. And here is a run up the middle. Nothing doing there, and the Redbirds are going to get it back. It was 4th down and 4. No gain there, so the Redbirds get it back, and they'll take some knees here. Take a knee, take a knee. There's only a minute and a half to go in the game. So the Redbirds will run out the clock and win this game 41-20, it looks like, tonight.
Yeah, once again, every aspect of this ball game, Alton has turned it on here in this second half. And, you know, once again, you talk about special teams. Could not forget the botch punt touchdown for the Redbirds and the 2-point conversions that Champaign Central has not been successful on here tonight. Alton's done a good job, and again, in every aspect of this football game.
McAfoose under center. He'll take a knee here at his own 45-yard line. That will start the clock up once again, and the play clock now. Game clock is at 1:20. Play clock starts running now, too, as it's down to 25 seconds to go. Redbirds with 41 points on the scoreboard. They had 15 at halftime. They led 15-12 at halftime. And the Redbirds now with 1 minute to go will get ready to snap the ball once again. "26 points for the Redbirds in the second half. After 15 points in the first half, they take a knee again. We're down to 35 seconds left.
Yeah, another thing we've seen in this game compared to last week is you have the two sophomore quarterbacks, Graham McAfoose and Keith Gilcrease, both splitting the duties last week, but this game McAfoose came in, had a very good second quarter, and then carried it on into the third and fourth, so he took the snaps for the last three quarters, finishes this game 7 of 14, 88 yards and a touchdown, so a good solid performance from the sophomore quarterback.
McAfoose going the last three quarters, and he takes another knee, and that's the end of the ball game. As the two teams congratulate each other on the turf, the Redbirds have their first win of the spring season. Alton 41, Champaign Central 20. The Redbirds with a victory here at Public School Stadium. Back to wrap it up in a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
So when
RiverBender.com's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, Bank Local, Bank Liberty. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBenderRadio.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.
RiverBender.com's coverage of today's event is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Liberty Bank, Bank Local, Bank Liberty. Roberts Ford,
The Value Store since 1949. Lewis and Clark Community College, empowering people.
RiverBender Radio, a new app for the Riverbend. And the best part, it's already built into your RiverBender.com app. It features only local radio stations from right here in the Riverbend, plus 3 brand new stations we created just for you. The River, Hit Country and all your favorites. The Bridge, hit radio for the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. Check them all out and let us know what you think. You can leave feedback online at RiverBenderRadio.com or just click the notification button on the app. RiverBender Radio.